No, it's one of those things where I've never like exclusively heard how Hitler died, except for like in passing, like the History Channel's episode. Oh, so and so found. Like I didn't know if we've just been looking up Hitler's death. Don't ask us why. But so it's like they find the teeth. Like I've never heard that. Never heard that they found teeth. I thought he shot himself, but I've heard cyanide poisoning. But it's just one of those things. Like as I'm walking around in life in the simulation, I just come across like an NPC. It's like, Hitler killed himself by shooting himself in the head by a gun. I'm like, okay. And then I just go on with life.
Well, yeah.
So
it's
now
like
I have to question everything.
It's like a bandwidth thing. It's like you just take as much information as you can, and then whenever you have the pockets of time to, all right, let me really think about this. But nobody does that, so it's just like it's just not economic to be like, I got to question everything.
You can't.
Really? That's exhausting. That sounds exhausting.
It is.
I try, but it's exhausting.
No, it is. It's impossible. You'll become crazy.
Yeah.
You have to compartmentalize and compress things. That's like, it's funny, like when people dress up, like the goth type people, and they're like, oh, no one understands me.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just projecting perfectly.
Yeah.
Exactly what we all need to know to understand you. And it's not, or people they don't understand me, so they misjudge me. It's like, well, what sort of signals are you giving out? Because humans are just compressing information and doing the best they can. Because I can't become best friends with a guy in the drive-thru.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope the best for him.
Yeah.
But I can't be like, how was your day? Oh, your mom. And then taxes. Okay, give me my coffee, bro.
Yeah, you're trying to ride that line between being a dick and someone that really cares about everything all the time. And then like, where is that middle ground? It's wherever your time for that attention to detail lies, I guess. And that's that's why I got this, dude. It's just like there's certain things where I could have been focusing on the this'll doodad here. You can't this right here. This.
Good God, what happened to your
this
face?
Third eye here.
I knew it. I knew it, Richard.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. It doesn't hurt so much here. It's right here.
Right here. Yeah. Your poor third eye, dude. It's like,
Well, it's like there's so many things to learn in jiu-jitsu where as much as I thought I knew about one particular position, I just learned in that instant, there's a little
this
more.
This couldn't happen as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's obviously other factors too where it's like, okay, I could have been a little more maybe fresh or whatever you want to throw in. But the reality is I didn't know that anyway. So I'm glad I learned that regardless. Definitely learned it now more than ever because it hurt like shit when I face planted. Yeah. And
did you keep rolling?
Yeah, I recovered and I got a submission off it, but it was like, it hurt like a son of a bitch, and I was out for probably, it was like it was enough to know, like you ever been like
a flash?
Hit? Yeah, it was like a flash. It was enough to be like, this could have been really bad if I gave a shit about the nuances of this position a little more. But yeah, man, it's like, but it's exhausting though. It's like I don't have the time to be like, let me go over the finer details of what happens when I get an underhook and this guy is, however tall and because there's just so many variables.
That might be the difference between like higher belts and lower belts though. Yeah. Or it might be the difference between like the difference in the different like types of black belts. Like the black belt that's, been in the gym for 10 plus years. Not that they don't deserve it, but the difference between the guy that sits down and just sits there and thinks, what if I'm in this position? What if I did this? What if I did that?
Because he's ran the gamut of everything else, so why would he not just go further down these rabbit holes in every little thing and the more nuanced?
That's one of my goals or whatever when I was like I just did this big move or whatever, but one of the goals for jiu-jitsu was show up to class. That's like number one. But two was develop the mental game. Because I feel like for me physically, I'm good. I'm in decent shape. I'm strong. I understand blue belt level moves, decently. But like my mental game, like I'll hear Andrew say something like, you're here, you got these 3 options. I'm like, what do you mean? Like I don't understand 3 options. Like I just understand I'm going to crush this person as best I can. But I want to be more like mentally adjusted to it, like more cerebral about trying to accomplish choking them out or escaping or, performing, like, I don't know.
And that brings up an interesting thing where like, I'm always kind of trying to find that line of like really understanding, because you can't like, you don't want to go down you don't want to be like the fundamental guy for 15 years.
No,
but I always keep coming back to fundamentals more than like super nuanced technique, which is kind of contradictory to what I just said earlier. But like finding that little sweet spot of let me play with this concept more and not worry about these little nuances where I can get hung up on the details and not really understand the greater picture or really get to the root of why all these little sort of tree branches can kind of grow out from, like what's the trunk and where are the branches I think is really what you kind of get at, and because you can be like the technique guy and get everything right and be like, no, this is exactly the technique and this is what I've been taught, and that's great, but then you can't understand anything. You've left no time to really understand the fundamentals or concepts, and then therefore you can't even create anything new because you don't understand the fundamentals. So it's a weird game. But to what you're talking about being more cerebral, it's like, but yeah, that's really what you're getting at. It's like trying to figure out how much time to dedicate to each one of those two things, I guess you could say. Because like I've been fucking rolling for 13-ish years, something like that. But I like to say I'm done with the fundamentals, but I always keep, I don't know, you get your ass whooped enough times by just, or not even like your ass whooped, but just in a certain position, and you go, fuck, I go back to fundamentals. And you always go back. And you hear people screaming at you about certain things.
That is the fundamentals reminding you.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, dude.
When you think I'm done with the fundamentals.
Yeah,
I did that with Tim. This is probably like, he was still a white belt. He was a good white belt, but it's probably like a year and a half ago. I was rolling with Tim, and kind of felt like,
loved him.
I'm stronger, bigger, faster. Like this guy's not. I wasn't like threatened. I wasn't like letting him get away with stuff, but I wasn't like super threatened.
Yeah, just let him work.
And dude, did not rely on the fundamentals. And I remember his arm slapped so fast around my neck.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm not good. Like, I was like, no way, no, God.
But
right then, it just woke my ass up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can't just lackadaisically roll with people. Like, I don't care where they are. Like, you have to be dialed in.
Yeah, and that's another thing
Tim's
too.
good. So.
Tim's fucking, and Tim's one of those guys where, like, and you can go down a rabbit hole about like you get, let's say, because there's this whole other variable of coming into a new gym, let alone just rolling in your own gym or whatever. Just having like the respect for other people is a thing, is a skill in and of itself. Like, you can be a dickhead and just fuck everybody up all the time if you have the energy. Some don't, but some people do.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's true. And it's like, in your case, you're rolling with Tim, you're like, he's a new guy. He seems cool. He's not like, sometimes there's new guys that are dickheads. You're like, I just want to fuck this guy because I can just tell he's just an ass. He's just, I can tell this dude's a dickhead.
It takes me a while to get
there.
I literally give people benefit of the doubt, but there have been a few. It's like, okay, I'm done with you.
Yeah, and I'm not. Yeah, it's like I try to act like I'm better than that, like in my head, but then the reality is, it's like I find myself like halfway through a roll going like, no, I just don't like this person. You know what I mean? And I'd be bullshitting people if I said that's not. I try not to. I like to think I'm better than most people.
It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
But it's funny you say that. And like, two people pop in my head. I'm like, I didn't like that.
Names were their names.
They don't go to our gym anymore, so they didn't last.
They're dead now.
It was like, of course, yeah, they're dead. They're in the fucking dumpster. No, like they were giving off vibes of like, when I see red, you're done.
The Bruce Banner Hulk thing.
And it's
knocks my glasses off, dude. If you don't want to see me go red, dude.
Right.
Shut up.
I'm a street fighter.
Oh yeah, you're angry.
No, they were giving off vibes like that, and it was one of those like, they kept coming for like a week or two, but it was like, okay, what way are they going to take? Yeah, either their illusion.
Yeah, you know enough to know by then.
Either their illusion is going to shatter, and they're going to become one of the boys. Yeah, and we're all going to forget that you were hilariously arrogant and retarded. Or they're going to like leave and stay because their delusion is not matching up with reality. Yeah, both of them did not. They went for about a week. They were telling me they were MMA guys. Exactly. That's enough. And they never showed back up. It's like, all right, that's totally fine. You can come back anytime you want.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, man. It's like you. It's like it's about respect though, in a lot of ways, and even to go back to Tim. Tim won. Was it silver at ADCC at white belt?
Is that where he got his blue belt?
I think there was a competition. It might have been IBJJF right after, like a month and a half after. I want to say. But Tim is like the poster child of a dude that has all the best energy coming into a gym. He's the counter opposite to that, where he's coming in, he's really wanting to learn, and he's eager to learn. Yeah. And he's not like a guy where, if it's like some douchebag that comes in, and you're like trying to like, you're doing the right thing. You're like letting them work on stuff or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you get something deep enough and you realize, oh, this guy knows a little bit more than I thought. And now I'm deep in this shit. I got to not respect this guy, because my ego's involved now. And I can't look like a jackass in front of all my friends or whatever. I can't betray my own knowledge. So I got to do something to get out. But I think that's a great quality to have. And I think Tim's one of those guys where if it's like a newer guy that should be submitting people, it's someone like Tim. He's really cool. Mm-hmm. He's working his ass off to get that. And he's really doing it with the best intentions. He's doing it because he just wants to be good. He's not doing it because he's trying to like alpha male the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, he has no mother issues. Yeah. There's nothing like he's fighting, no ego. Yeah. He's not wanting to prove anything.
Yeah. He's got a healthy ego like the rest of us, but at the same time, he's in there to submit people. Yeah. He's not in there to really make friends. That's secondary to trying to fuck people up in the best way possible.
Well, they're your friends.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like they're your friends. Like I don't want to hurt you guys, or like I want to have a good role. I want you guys. I don't want to just absolutely mop the floor with someone all night. Yeah, like that is not. I mean, maybe one round or one session per round might be like, okay, that was fun. Yeah. Now I'm gonna dial it way back if I do that good. And so
go in there and just crush all the little guys and feel good about yourself.
Exactly, like that's
like you did something.
Well,
great.
I've done that before. I mean, I've done
it in the past. Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, does not feel as good as I thought it was gonna.
Yeah, you lay awake at night going like, I'm such a douche. Dude.
Yeah,
what
right.
What am I doing? I'm like 2 weight classes above this.
Yeah,
guy.
right.
And
I
feel
good
good.
Sweep.
Yeah, literally
nice
haunt you
sweep.
when you're lying awake at night.
Yeah, I hate it.
Going, what am I doing?
I haven't done it a ton of times, but in the earlier days when you're like really trying to prove yourself.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 100%, dude.
Okay, and that's why now, if I do go to another gym, I'm looking for the biggest dudes, or the higher belts, and I'm not arrogant.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not. Yeah, I hope I'm not. I try not to be. I just want to train with good people, but also let that gym know, especially when I travel, let that gym know, like I'm not trying to beat up on your little guys or your girls or whatever. Give me someone that knows.
A lot of people don't do that too, man. A lot of people just don't.
And I can tell that they don't do that because when I walk into these gyms, it's like
they do.
No, the coaches.
See, I get the
coaches are like,
okay.
They're just dialed in.
Really?
Like they know exactly where I'm going.
Okay.
Until I'm like, hi, I am Colton's son.
Colton's son.
Yeah, I'm a blue belt. Can I train with you? Like I try to go step by step. Like, can I train with you? I'm a blue belt. This is where I go. I've been training for this many years. Yes sir, no sir. Yes sir, no sir. I just to get their.
That's interesting.
Not to get their guard down, but like to calm them down because I'm a big dude, so they think, what's this guy capable? Is he going to hurt one of my students? Yeah. Like, no, listen, like, I'm not.
Okay, so you go in with this to disarm right off the bat with
that's
eye
the word.
contact. Okay.
That's the word.
Okay, so you're just saying, like, when you walk in, you're, hey, how you doing? Hey, you're making eye contact. You're hitting them with eye contact. Okay, I'm thinking of, like, the opposite where you walk into a gym and you have guys that see you walk in and they don't want to roll with you or whatever. Or spar.
That's fine.
And they're well, because those. But what I'm saying, those guys that are intimidated, conversely, are those guys that are just kind of don't make eye contact. They're the first to kind of look away, or all of a sudden they're busy teaching someone something. Like, dude, you ain't doing shit. You weren't doing nothing when anyone walked in here. Right. Now all of a sudden you don't want to.
I don't mind that.
Yeah,
it's your gym. That's fine.
Oh yeah, no, more power. Yeah, do whatever you want.
And I've mastered the art of
but you can feel that.
Looking.
Yeah, you can feel that. No, it's like when you like if you submit somebody that has. Like maybe let's say, for example, someone that thinks they're like a better jiu-jitsu or something or whatever, and you submit them. Inevitably, what always happens is they don't make eye contact with you. That's one of the things that bugs me about people whenever you submit a guy that thinks is better than you, and then because right, like I didn't really think it was that much of a deal until you just couldn't make eye contact with me. Like because up until that point we're cool. Hey, what's up? What up? And then whenever you submit them, then it's all of a sudden it's again they'll go again. It's like, all right, dude. Now it's emotional, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like. Again, it's like try to beat me. I'm gonna try to beat you. There's no in between, really. Sometimes you kind of let people work, be respectful at the onset, but usually it gets going and halfway through the round. You kind of realize, okay, we're both. There's no disrespect if we're still trying to choke each other out halfway through the round or whatever. But then you get this like no eye contact thing where it's like, all right, dude, now you're making this like an emotional thing, dude.
Do you
like,
slow down when they do that, or do you like back off at all,
or
do you,
go sharp? Honestly, that's a good question. I never really thought if I do. Maybe
if I like them,
I'd like to say I do.
If I like them,
yeah. I think I feel.
Give them a second.
I think I feel bad for him. Yeah, in a way. I think, and honestly, I'm not trying to like sound. I really do. I think feel bad in a way where I'm like, I didn't realize it was emotional for you. Like it should be like a thing where, like on one level, it is kind of like an intellectual thing where it's like you feel stupid if someone. It's like, well, I mean, dude, sometimes you really just don't want to train. Like sometimes it's like maybe you just got caught because you just had a bad day, man. And you're not like I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the gym where I just don't even want to be there. Half the time I'm showing up late, whatever. Andrew will tell you that. And it's like
can confirm
almost every day. And but I'm like showing up and I just don't want to be there. Not because I don't like jiu-jitsu, but it's because I have so much shit on my mind or whatever, whether it's like the movie or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like stressed.
Yeah.
And I'm just like a zombie when I go in there. And it's one of those things where if someone, like, let's say if someone did submit me on one of those days, and it's happened on occasion, but it's like, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm doing the opposite of that. I'm not going like, oh, this guy's better than me, and let's go again. Let's go again and really show you that I'm better. I've never done that. I've done the opposite. Someone gets me, I'm like, dude, good for you. That's awesome. You know, you fucked me up. Good for you. And it just makes you better, man. Like it makes you better as a person, and more so just you go, fuck, I can't sleep on this person. He's getting better. Yeah. And hopefully they should be learning all this shit you're teaching them anyway, because I feel like a lot of times, at least at Arise, I think that's something that I've always tried to do, and I think Andrew's tried to do too. Jordan even, one of the OGs, you know fucking Jordan. But one of the things that we kind of did in the very beginning was you just constantly try to tell, we were just talking about this last night actually. You're just constantly trying to tell people your secrets. Dude, this is what, I don't want you to do this. If I'm doing this, if you do this, I know I'm fucked. 100%. And that's my philosophy. Like I just want to tell people everything I'm trying to do and everything I don't want them to do on a conceptual level so they can unpack that and get more out of that little nugget of wisdom or whatever, just so it forces me to be better the next time I roll with this guy. Because like I'm not going in there just to smash people that are on day one, whatever. It's like because again, we just you know you're being a douche when
what
does that prove to anybody?
Nothing. That you're a douche.
Some dork that doesn't know anything about jiu-jitsu or boxing, whatever, is going, man, that guy fucked him up. That guy's a beast. I don't give a shit.
Who are you?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
Even know.
Because when it matters, that guy's going to fuck you up because you weren't putting in the time where it mattered to really understand what you're doing across the board.
Right, and that's what I was thinking as far as like sharing the secrets is, let's say like you have a nasty body lock, right? And if you say this is how you get out of the body lock, the secret to get out is this. Like there is a way to get out. Sometimes it's too tight or whatever, but there are some ways to get out of this body lock. So now he has those secrets and he works on that and maybe he gets out a few times. Yeah. Well, guess what? Your body lock's going to be better. Yeah, 100%. Because you're going to go, oh, I didn't think about that. He took my toe and turned it down or whatever.
100%. Yeah, 100%. He's creating something new or whatever.
Yeah. So now your body lock is better. And if he can't get out of it, it's like a testament to your body lock and how high level it is, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's John. What's John do? John has some sort of move like everybody knows.
He likes doing like crap rides and...
he does do that. There was one in particular where it's like you just can't stop John's... Maybe it's like a heel hook or something. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I should probably remember, but sorry. But I just remember I always thought that he had this one thing that you can okay, here comes John's fucking whatever roll that you can't stop. And it's like if it's that high level, that's a testament to your technique or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing too where John's another guy too where he's dealt with so much shit and adversity coming up over the years where like all we ever did was just it wasn't even like technique, man. Like, and you've probably heard this a couple times from Andrew or whatever, but it's like I remember when John first came in and it was like we barely knew what was going on, and we were just Jordan's positional stuff with wrestling they taught us and Andrew's technical ability to kind of break things down and kind of meshing those two worlds together. And John was a small guy with around a bunch of strong, at least in Andrew Jordan's case, athletic dudes in their prime, and then you have me who's kind of just like, I'm just here because it's a good workout, whatever, and it's just kind of fun. I like the problem solving, like the creativity aspect of it. So thankfully those two guys covered the both ends of the spectrum, and somewhere in the middle I can kind of find the creativity of how to like merge worlds, and that's what I think.
It's a great triangle.
Yeah, because I hate working out. I was like, dude, I might have been like 50 pounds heavier, and I was a chunky fucking person back then, but the creativity kept me coming back as hard as brutal as those workouts were. But John learned to kind of eat a lot of shit under pressure and develop things that really worked and develop that system whether he liked it or not. You know, where like you're saying, it's like it's just going to work because there was no whether, and he maybe, who knows, maybe John wasn't that guy. Maybe John, and I doubt it, but
became
he became that whether he liked it or not because he didn't have a choice. Where it's like you go to like a and I've heard this. I've never been to a Gracie gym. You've heard like in Gracie gyms, like it's just very kind of like soft, and I'm not saying like on the bigger ones that are like that are very prominent in the jiu-jitsu scene or anything. But, you know, you get some like little Gracie gym in the middle of nowhere that no one respects or whatever. And they're just kind of selling bees and stuff or whatever. Right. But you hear a lot of they kind of grow this kind of soft culture where they don't even start standing up, you know, because they just don't want to hurt people because it means they lose, you know, subscriptions or whatever. You can, you get a guy that comes in that just wants to fuck people up in all the wrong ways. They're never going to develop that sort of, they're never going to A/B test things that matter and don't. So they just develop this kind of big ego and I'm just going to keep doing this because this matters and all the rules that protect me from getting out of stupid shit when I know I shouldn't. And that's a testament to John's been around forever too, but yeah, man. But at the end of the day, there's no substitute for dealing in the reality of what you're fucking dealing with and living with, I think. And that goes into filmmaking, man. Like, are there things in filmmaking that you've done segue. Where... Yeah, no, it's true, though. But, like, and actually, a little point, too, about that before we go into filmmaking, because I know we'll get lost in the woods there, because I
know these woods well, bro.
Yeah. Woods well. I've traveled these woods many a time.
These are my woods.
I am of the wood. But I remember I was like, when I didn't know shit about screenwriting back in the day. Still kind of don't. But
when did you start screenwriting?
Oh man,
when did you start? Did you write anything before that? Did you write poetry?
Yeah, I mean, I was always writing.
Brittany, your hair is like a golden field.
Dude, I tried getting into poetry when I was in high school a little bit, but it just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, it's fun to do by yourself.
Yeah.
Like I want no recognition. Yeah. Like I just want to,
Well, one of the things funny about poetry is that you try to rhyme this day one poetry, and then you have some awesome poet that comes up to you and they go, "Fucking rhyming still, dude." That's not.
Yeah, that's like day one.
I'm done. I'm never doing this again. Perfect, ever, because that's all I thought it was. But obviously, it's more than that. But but it's just. I mean, I don't know, man. That's actually a really good question. Maybe I kind of started writing things when I was like maybe like middle school, going into high school, somewhere around there. And it was always just kind of like really rudimentary, sort of like you would call them movie treatments now, but back in the day, it was like for a high school writing class or something. It was
DVD
like
type thing.
Yeah, because it was like
synopsis or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a 2-3 page assignment in high school, and I try to make creative writing like screenplay. No, I didn't write screenplays, but it was like, today we're going to write an essay on the Pigman book or whatever. And it's like, you
try to make a treatment.
That sounds awful. Yeah, I'm going to write a movie. I'm going to write a movie treatment. And it was always developing in the slowly learning screen. Because to me, screenwriting was really daunting.
Yeah.
Because it's like nobody teaches you how to write a screenplay. There's no one around to do it, even if you tried. And back in the day, man, you get on the internet trying to find someone that learned how to write screen. It's like you don't even trust if they even know what they're doing, because if they're within reach, they haven't made it. So why would
which, I mean, you can learn from a lot of people, but I always had that thought too of like, well, why aren't you working in Hollywood, dude? I went to even in LA, I went to a bunch of screenwriting like seminars and stuff. And like these people were on stage and they're they know what's going on. I just think like, what's your IMDb page is nothing.
Yeah.
So why am I listening? Like, what the heck are you Aaron Sorkin or are you any Christopher
David
Nolan?
Mamet? Oh yeah, David Mamet. Keep going. Yeah.
That would be one that's like, okay, let's listen to this
100%,
guy.
dude.
But the other people, and of course, halfway through their show, they're like, you can sign up for our class for $50.
Oh, that's what this is. Yeah, you're going. That's what this is about. See, I knew you were a hack.
Yeah, exactly. Careful by touching that mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every time you touch, it's like vibration.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. You can move it like this, but if you actually grab
it's this. Okay, my bad.
You keep like
the whole thing. But yeah, like my thing was.
Now I want to touch it.
Yeah. So wait, hold on, real quick. Just get this. If it's this.
Oh, I'm making it looser. I'm so sorry.
So this way. I can go this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can, the arm you can move.
This guy. Creeps.
You're grabbing that.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and so this way. Okay,
that makes like a.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So everything I'm going.
Yeah, every time you grab.
Okay, just a guy riding a bike. No,
it's like that deep bass.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Back
to screenwriting.
Yeah. So my thing was, I didn't know if the time I needed to invest in screenwriting was really going to amount to what it was going to take. But ultimately you look around for a good you look around for a great script and you don't find it. And then you try to find a great screenwriter to try to write you a great script. But then you realize, well, the time it's going to take to do that, I might as well just start trying to really seriously do it myself because I'm a filmmaker. Shouldn't I kind of know something about the story I'm telling? I mean, it's literally in the definition of a filmmaker, a storyteller. But a lot of people I felt like, and I was kind of a psycho in that way where it's like, if I'm going to go make this film or make a short or whatever, shouldn't I know it better than the screenwriter if I'm really trying to pull all these things out and make them a visual thing? And then I was like, well, yeah, of course. I'm just being lazy. So then I was like, okay, I need to really get serious about this. And then you do the lazy thing where it's like, well, I got to find a good script. I got to find a good screenwriter. I didn't realize they're just not around. And you'd be lucky to find that even. And then you go, okay, well, no one's going to teach me. And trust me, I tried. I was like, I want to just find an awesome mentor and write exactly what you're saying. It's like, I would love to go to a seminar. There was, I think, Josh Whedon, did one. And,
that'd be a great seminar.
Yeah, right. And that was actually, I think it was right after the first Avengers movie that he did.
Dang.
And he was always a good TV writer. I think he did Buffy and stuff too. And prior to that, and Serenity, I think, as well. Mm-hmm. But and he was notorious for being a good screenwriter turned director. And then obviously he was the hottest director at the time. And I'm just like, who better? Because he went through the gamut of he's a good writer turned director and just made a shitload of money. Yeah. Why not learn from that guy? But even at the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, even then, man, I just don't. What is he going to teach me in 30 minutes? He's obviously selling tickets. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I would have paid the ticket if I had the money.
Is
I was
this
just
Springfield
broke. I was broke. It was. I was living in Van Nuys, I was living in LA. Okay, I was living in LA at the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was like 10 years.
Like, what is Josh Whedon doing in the Midwest?
When who's selling tickets now?
Yeah, right. Dang. Can I get some of those tickets?
Yeah. Dude.
Well, sometimes they have like those Comic Cons that come through, and I mean, not that I always recognize who's on the poster. Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, oh shit, Sean Ashton.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking for him too, man. If there's a talented guy anywhere in the vicinity of us, I'll be the first to sign
Have you been to any of those? Like, not to hijack this too much, but like Springfield, has a pretty big one. And obviously Kansas City has really big ones.
I've been looking. I haven't seen at least not in the filmmaking world. I haven't seen a big enough person that I wanted to. Right. Actually, I take it back. It was, Roger Deakins was in town a couple years ago in Kansas City. It was some cinema convention thing.
Oh, nice. Like Kansas City is the closest that we're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
Dallas
is. Well, I'm just never in the
Dallas
loop.
Only 6 hours away.
Yeah, I know, I don't.
Why don't we go down to Dallas more?
Oh, I know. No, we probably should. Yeah. In fact, we're idiots for
6 hours.
Never going down to Dallas.
I'd never even considered it.
No, in 6 hours is really not that much time.
No,
there, especially when you make
the
3
easiest
days
drive. It's literally a highway straight down. It's not like you go to New Orleans or something. Like that should not take as long as it's supposed to take because there's no highway.
Yeah,
you're back roading this way, old highway through this old town.
It's just
Dallas, it goes
interstate.
Yeah. You just forget where you're going.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, we're. I mean, shame on us, really, man. Well, I mean, I guess we're just being lazy assholes.
I tend to think up and not down.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So I'm like Kansas City, not Dallas.
Well, heaven is up, hell's down.
That's dude. Yeah, but it's Texas.
They're both God-fearing men, right?
Well, I really would rather go to Austin. That's probably the thing. Is I think where would I want to go in Texas? I want to go to Austin, but it's way too far away. So I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere in Texas.
Yeah. Austin was great, man. Like I thought Austin was cool.
I loved Austin. Yeah, several times.
Yeah. This was my first. I think one of my first times that I was actually in Texas and actually stayed and visited, not just passing through to LA or whatever. But it was pretty cool.
My thing with Austin is that I can't tell if I love it or if I'm honeymooning it. Because every time I go down, we went down for a bachelor party. We went down for Kelsey's birthday party. So when I'm there, it's like a week. Yeah. There's some about
some of it. Yeah, that's a part of it.
Brian, that's everywhere, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
No, we're living it up. We're going out to eat. We're going to comedy shows. I'm not paying rent, the exorbitant rent.
That's what it is.
So I always wonder, if I move down there, and I have to deal with that day in, day out, would I still like it? Don't know. I put up with a lot of bullshit in LA because I wanted to.
They say it's a mini LA.
I wanted to be there though.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be there anymore. Yeah. So now
I'll take Austin over LA any day. That much I do. Because I agree with you though. Because I had the same.
LA?
Yeah.
2003 LA or 97 LA.
Yeah.
Or
LA now, man.
Because it's so different.
Yeah.
Even when we were out there. Yeah. It was in 2012 to 13 was the transition into streaming. I remember seeing a billboard for House of Cards. And it said it wasn't like a big bill. It was like a medium-sized billboard. But I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
It said now streaming on Netflix. I was like, no way. They're streaming that stuff.
Yeah, that's right when the...
And then Wave came
once
after
Fincher
that.
got into that market, that's a good
Everyone was like, oh, our own content. Let's do it. Yeah. And then it was just out of control. Yeah. And now you can argue that it's too saturated.
Yeah,
but
I agree with that.
I mean, stuff's still getting made.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more so now, man, with the way everything's kind of imploded. Because, so that's another thing, too. It's like, would you say Hollywood is imploding, or do we want it to be imploding? Because I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, where I do see signs it's definitely changing. That much I think is true. I think everyone can agree. It's definitely changing.
Yeah, the system is imploding for sure, but it has been for a long time. Like when we were out there, one of the big pushes was to keep, there's a sticker that said, keep film in L.A., you remember that?
The film,
the film unions and stuff. Like keep film in LA. A lot of my friends that had camera gear or whatever, they had cases and they would put the sticker on unions or whatever. So it's been happening for a long time. Probably even before that. Probably from the start of the digital camera. Like even when they were like on their shoulders. That's probably when stuff started to go down. When people at their own house, making videos and stuff.
Yeah, when the 5D Mark II came out, it was.
Oh yeah, I mean that's even further along. That's when it's like, okay, we should start panicking. When I remember they did Canon 7D. They shot an entire episode of House, the medical.
I remember that. I was literally at LACC when they were talking about that. They were like, I was literally going to LACC at that time, and they were like, dude, people were freaking out about the digital cinema revolution that was happening. And I was there right in the heart, dude.
That's what I mean.
Professor, dude, they were just, and I just remember going like. I was just kind of new to everything, and I'm just going like, I don't really know exactly what's going on, but I know you're emotionally compromised. I can see it in the way. They're just like, it's not the same as film. And I'm just like, okay.
It's not.
I grew up on film, too. I get it. I love it. I love the green and the dynamic range. Yeah, we get it. But at the same time, it's like, it's all about access, man. Like with AI, it's all about access. Mm-hmm. It's not that it's not going to replace CGI or filmmaking in general, but it's going to replace the way you approach, I think, getting things done in your shot. So like most people, I was actually talking to Travis about this on the way up here, but I was like, a lot of the thing, it's like people freaking out about the AI technology taking people's jobs away. It's the same song and dance we've heard before in like 93 when CGI came about, and it just completely decimated the practical effects guys. And it was the same thing.
It's a natural
it's just it's a new tool. It's gonna.
I think it's faster. Is the thing that freaks people out.
Yeah, man.
Because puppets stayed around. You had Jurassic Park.
Well, that's what.
You had all that kind of stuff.
No, it's true. That's a good point.
But AI is like. Every day I wake up and I think, oh my God, what is this? What is this?
Yeah.
Like my grandma would show me AI videos. And I'm like, Grandma, bless your heart. Now I'm like,
it's not real.
I don't know if this is AI or not. I always
that really happened. Hold on, rewind.
Yeah, exactly. I told Kelsey, I'm like, I feel like I'm in the bottom of the Titanic, and the water is rising up, and the water is
the
AI.
Anxiety, dude. Yeah, it's the anxiety-inducing feeling of.
Well, I'm thinking, I'm good. The water's not going to get me, and it's like engulfing everybody, and then I realize like. Oh shit!
Yeah,
and then drowning. I can feel the water coming. I'm like, it's gonna get all of us. There is no escape.
Yeah.
Like I'm no different. Like,
for
at least I'm not a truck driver. Like, it's coming for all of us.
It's learn to code all over again for filmmakers,
for everybody.
It's like because I agree with you. It's like when the CG guys came around, all the practical effects guys, at least from my understanding in the things I've seen or whatever, it's like a lot of these guys are very. They were very stuck in their ways, and they were. And I would say, and we'll know more obviously in the next 10 years. But at that point in time, in like '93, it wasn't that CGI could even do it faster, because it was faster. It wasn't like what you're saying, where AI is like that's it super through the roof faster. But I would also bring up too, it's faster but also shittier at the same time, because it's still doing like.
But it's always a dip.
Yeah,
that's what I.
Yeah, I'm not saying it, dude. It's definitely going to go there. It's just. When and how and when is that kind of plateau effect going to happen? Mm-hmm. But more so, like with the CG guys, it was faster, and then it was. We can also do things that are literally impossible.
Yeah. That
practical effects cannot do, and that was so like. To be a practical effects guy in the 60s, 70s, 80s, leading up to the CG would have been horrifying. And the same way, like, we're kind of feeling that same. And my thing was, I was kind of like, at least I go back to that rule of like judging those guys. Like, well, I'm going to not do that. I know that much. I don't know where the AI thing's going to go. I have a feeling it's just going to replace CGI more than anything. I think that's really what its strengths are going to be. But more so, I think obviously you have to adapt to it. And you just got to learn the tools. But it's still going to take money, time, more experience. There's always going to be a premium for doing AI better than the next guy, I think. And the direction I'm kind of heading with it is I'm going to use it in a way that allows me to get the job I need done, and I'm not going to like shy away from it. Because I think a lot of people, it's like there's like AI shame, in the filmmaking community, which is really stupid. I don't get it, and I don't.
It's like some sort of purity thing.
Yeah,
there's a word for that.
Yeah,
like,
it's the same thing. No, it is film. That's perfect. It's a film purity thing, or it's a artistic elitist purity thing.
Yeah,
100%.
There's a way to say that, but I can't think of how to say it.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It is a purity thing. This wasn't introduced when I was making films. Like, well, so aren't other hundreds of technologies coming your way, dude. The AI guys, by the way, those dudes are going to they're going to go through the same thing that everyone else prior to them were going through before they took over. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to be screaming about some magical technology, and they're going to be like, dude, this is... And they're going to be stuck in their ways, and then they're just not going to adapt, and they're going to get crushed by new technology, I don't know, 20 years from now.
Well, I guess that's the key. Is that what I think that's what you're trying to say is like adapt.
Exactly.
Adapt to the new paradigm.
Yeah.
Because even now, I was thinking about this on the way over today. It's like my old idea of going out to California, doing the PA thing, doing the movie thing, movie sets. That isn't necessarily dead. That's still there. I mean, they're still on. I see. I got friends on social media that post like, oh, they're on the Warner Brothers lot today. Like, so it's still
looks
happening.
cool. And you're like, man, that does look fun. But when you look at the back end of all the
But there's like an entire paradigm shift. Like, what about the stuff we watch on our phones? Like, we're watching stuff on our phones all the time.
Yeah.
And most of it has production value of 0. Yeah. But 14, 22, those are weird numbers, but millions and millions of people are watching these videos on your phone and whatnot. So to me, it's like, what sort of new, I don't even know how to say this, what sort of new movies or like new mediums are going to arise from all this?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to a theater?
Man, that's actually a good
Exactly.
question.
When was the last time you watched something on your phone?
I think
today.
Yeah.
So we think,
Nosferatu. That's what it was. Sorry.
Oh God.
Yeah, like in
hardcore.
December.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't even tell you. Maybe I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated one. I think I went and saw that. But so I have not been there. So that's the whole old paradigm.
Yeah.
Movie studios, movie system into the theaters. 6 months later, DVD.
Yeah.
That's long gone.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of it left over. It still kind of runs. Long gone. It's all streaming. But eventually, it's like, I saw someone on TikTok the other day. It's like, you need to make a series on TikTok, and they were saying build a series of videos. And it's not like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones or something. You could, but then post on TikTok 30-second videos. Could you tell a story in 30 seconds? Like some people do.
Yeah, you can.
And so you mean like it shifts your entire way of thinking about the medium rather than like, this movie's 3 hours long. Like,
and I can't
Scorsese did that.
Yeah,
and it tanked.
The last, wasn't like the last two, like obviously The Irishman, and then I think
The Irishman was like 4 hours.
You worked on,
yes,
that was a 3-hour movie too, wasn't it? Which dragged on for. I wanted to punch my TV. I was so pissed off.
Well, they didn't put me in the credits, so I'm going to talk shit. Yeah, it was long.
Why didn't you tell Scorsese to shorten the movie? Colton,
listen, man. Listen. I was a lot bigger than he was.
Bastard.
No, it was very long. Yeah. It was like way too long.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree. I wanted to kill
way
myself.
Too long, and it. Who cares? We can talk this shit. Way too long, and I thought it needed a better structure to the story.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There was it's almost no structure. It was a very rudimentary one at best.
It's so rudimentary, and I get it. Like, I feel. Here's my honest fucking thoughts on the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like they got hijacked by the wokeness,
for sure, 100%.
because they wanted to honor the native
100%.
narrative too much, and that freaked them out, and so then they weren't willing to take any chances on anything and tell a story. So they went back and they go, we're not going to impinge or whatever that word is, any of our thoughts or our angles or our perspectives, because this isn't our story to tell.
Yeah.
This is your story. And it's like,
no, it is your story because you're literally doing the story. It is your story.
No, that's my opinion. And
no, you're right.
That could be completely wrong. Maybe Scorsese had no problem telling the story. That's how he wanted to tell it.
No,
I felt like it was a mockumentary.
Yeah, it felt very hollow in a way where, to your point, where at the end of the movie, the third act was literally nothing. It was just him, like Leonardo DiCaprio's character was just doing what he did in the first fourth of the movie, the first act of the movie, to the point where you're just going, it's just way too long, but give me some conclusion. Is he gonna learn from what? Is he gonna do something to fix some of the wrongs that he's made, or is he just gonna sit there and stare at a detective that's just like cultural appropriation shaming him for marrying an Indian? I don't get, like, what is this? It's just not, there's no character arc here. Yeah. He's just kind of like him staring into space and just going, hey, do you forgive me? That's not a character arc. He's just wants to keep banging his wife. That's not, give me some kind of substance in the third act of the movie, or just, otherwise, why am I watching a movie? And dude, we can go down a rabbit hole too with just like narrative stuff where you can have a series of scenes stitched together. It doesn't mean it's a story. Like a story ultimately should be a character overcoming something. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, I guess everything. Technically, this
me and you
podcast
going,
is a story.
Yeah, exactly.
We're probably not going to accomplish shit by the end of this.
I don't care.
But I'm having a blast.
Right.
Doesn't mean people are going to love the conversation.
Right.
At least we can say we're being true to what we're just talking about. Where Scorsese, I think, more to your point, is that he was pulling back from the truth of what he knew.
I think so.
How that movie should have been.
That's how I felt.
Dude, you made Goodfellas, and you don't know how this. And I would always say this to him, and maybe he didn't, honestly, because even Goodfellas, the ending of that movie is kind of like, there's no real character arc. He just kind of stares at the sky and it's all coked out and then
You're
paranoid,
talk shit
and that's kind of
dude.
The third act of that movie.
This podcast is over. I'm done with this.
Dude, okay, but let's. Okay, I have to go into this because I've never actually talked. Me and Travis kind of talk about this. We actually get in arguments about this. So the third act.
I haven't seen it for a while,
dude. The third act of Goodfellas, man. It's the whole act is literally just Ray Liotta.
Coke.
Yeah, he's all coked out. He obviously left the mob. He like rats out everybody. De Niro's kind of looking for him and like wants to kill him more or less, or at least he gets the sense he's about to get whacked. But he's just kind of staring in the sky at a helicopter he thinks may or may not be the FBI coming to get him or something. But the movie literally goes nowhere. Now, he does get out of the mob, so you can say there's some kind of an arc where at the beginning, literally the opening scene of the movie is him going, as far as I was alive, I always wanted to be a gangster. Yeah. So that's all he wanted. But at the end, he realized, I don't want this life. I got to get out of this. So he makes some change.
Right.
But it's such a kind of a... Now, I like the realism of it, where it's like not every character is going to be like, I need to change my ways. I need to grow from my... I'm not saying it's got to be like on the nose, but at the same time, the character actually has to do something of consequence to show that they're involved in wanting to that change and I guess reorganizing the world in a way that they know they've screwed all these things up. Where the character just kind of goes, yeah, I'm out of the mob. Oh, they're going to come get me now? That's not it's not really a good character arc. And I'm not saying every movie has to have like that obvious character arc, but I think a lot of people, lose... I would say they don't even get started when they write a story if they don't know what the hell the fundamentals or the concepts of a good story really are. Like if you take it back to jiu-jitsu, people can teach techniques all day. At the end of the day, it's like, well, why that technique though? Mm-hmm. And someone goes, my coach told me that's what I need to do in that exact fashion,
which is good,
which is great
if that's all you know.
It has its application at the later stage of what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. But what are the concepts and the fundamentals that allow for that situation to arise to get that submission accomplished? If you don't know wrestling, sorry, you're not. Basic wrestling. If you don't know that, you're not going to get in a position where you can accomplish that submission. That's why. It's not like anything I've come up with. Jordan was telling me that position over submission. It wasn't like Jordan came up with it. That's just the science of what's happening, guys. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you. You're not just going to fall into a submission. But to get that submission, the second half is follow this exact technique to get there. But in screenwriting, it's the same. It's like, do we agree that a character arc needs to happen or not? Do we agree that you need to have a plot that allows the ability for that to emerge or not? Or are we just no plot and all character arc? Or are we just all plot and no character? Like, which it's got to be. These questions need answers ultimately in the filmmaking community. I think a lot of people just haven't really dug deep to really kind of know. I mean, you write a bad story, you'll know. I need to write more on the plot. You know, when no one likes your story, this character fucking sucks. Yeah. You realize it's like when you show a movie to people, and they're gonna be scared here, and no one does shit. And you go,
hey, that joke was funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Comedies are the worst when no one laughs. You go, I feel like
that hurts.
Jackass.
That hurts hard.
Oh, dude, that
hurts hard.
Yeah, and what do you do the next time? Like, even talking to your friends. If a joke doesn't land, you're taking that into account. You're going, I don't know the fundamentals of comedy. I got to spice up this joke more. I got to say something a little more profound. I might throw in let's say next time I'm going to put a penis in that joke because that always gets a laugh and a smile out of people. It's just something about that is just so outrageous that it's a funny thing.
Yes,
but that's a fundamental thing in comedy. It's like, do we agree that that's funny? Like, farts are funny. Sorry to break it to you.
But when we did improv, we would always downplay. We would always try, do not cuss. Don't cuss. Because what would happen is you'd be doing this improv scene and it wouldn't hit like you thought. So then you'd be like, well, fuck it. And then the audience see, you laughed because I just threw out fuck it. But it was like a downgrade. It wasn't used properly. It was like an easy button, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I just say fuck, they're going to laugh. Or penis or whatever. I'm not dogging on you.
Yeah. No,
but.
Yeah, no, but I like where you're going, though. Because I do agree with that. At the same time, I want to dig deeper into the why of that versus...
Or maybe your timing's off. Or maybe increase the timing. Or maybe, I don't know, your character is not well developed or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe enhance the character and then the audience will relate with him a little bit more so that when he does stub his toe on the back of this hitch pin or, of this truck and he screams, they do laugh because they're like, oh, I've done that before too. Yeah. Rather than you're like, oh, he hit his leg. What the hell?
Well, see, and that's the thing,
make
too.
Sense?
Yeah, no. But if you throw out the fuck or the, like in screenwriting, it's, if you want your audience, and you've probably heard this too, it's like if you want your audience to really empathize with the character, which is the core of
them wanting to keep
something.
Reading.
Yeah, eating something.
Is that what you're going to say?
No, it was, well, those two were next, but it was eating something, being really good at their job, or saving a cat. Hence the book, Saving the Cat.
Yeah.
There's and every,
which I hate.
Yeah, I'm not
because I know who's going to die in TV shows.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Because you're like, wow, I really like this guy. He is getting set up to get killed,
exactly,
isn't he?
He's not, they're putting this there for, and even as an audience member, you're looking at it going, oh, and it's like, and to further into that, another one is a character they'll say this like a little line of like, hey, I really appreciate everything you did today. They're gone. Next scene, they're dead. They're done.
Okay, so in that regard, the I appreciate you or what, they have like a moment of vulnerability. But then the writers don't do what they're supposed to do. Game of Thrones, fuck you. The Brie of Tarth, remember that scene where she gets knighted by Jaime?
No. Yeah, see, okay, I watched the first season of Bits and Parts. So you just spoiled that.
Are you going to watch it?
No.
Okay. No. Oh, man. There's this...
I heard it's a great show. I haven't had the time to sit down.
I'd watch
the first season.
I would watch the first 6 seasons and I would stop.
Yeah.
There's this giant woman, a knight, and she's a woman, so she's not supposed to be a knight. She's not a knight, but she is like dressed like one, fights really well. Was that
Gwendolyn Christie?
I think so.
The one that was in the Force Awakens with the silver stormtrooper outfit on?
I think so.
Gwendolyn Christie?
I haven't Star Wars yet.
She's a big woman, right? She's
yes.
Kind of, okay.
I think so. Not the one that Disney sued, right? Or she sued Disney.
I think that was...
she's the brunette.
She was an MMA fighter.
Not that one.
I think
the blonde girl. Yeah. She's big girl. Anyway, she plays this knight, this warrior who wants to be a knight, but she's a woman. She can't be, whatever. All the series, she beats ass and she ups and downs, saves people. She's actually a great character.
Yeah, that's what I heard. She was awesome.
There's this big war coming, and the night before, dude, it's a great scene. Like all these people kind of are accepting that they're going to get their asses kicked the next day. So there's like this. It's almost like a Breakfast Club moment where everyone's kind of saying this is what
they really are.
Exactly.
Get in the court.
And she goes, they're kind of getting drunk, and she says something like, "Always wanted to be a knight," and then there's no king to knight her. But then Jaime Lannister says, "Well, I'm a knight, and a knight can make another knight."
Yeah.
So he just whips his sword out and goes, "Kneel." And she's like, "No, like she's drunk and whatever. I'm not going to do it."
Well, because she doesn't think it's like legitimate or what?
I think she's the only girl of all these warriors, probably like 6, 7, 8 of them in this room, and they're all good good fighters. So I think she kind of feels a little bit downplayed, and also her dreams are like on the table. Like this could really, like maybe Jamie like makes fun of her, like, you thought I was gonna knight you, because there's been like moments like that, like cruel moments in this show. He goes, kneel, you want to be a knight or not? So she kneels and gets knighted.
Okay.
And she tears up, and everybody, like the guys are clapping. It's a cool moment.
Okay.
She's supposed to die the next day. She's supposed to fucking die. Okay. That's what Game of Thrones does. Game of Thrones takes out the leads, right? The people we love, they die. And there's no more arc for her. She did all this stuff. She saved people, fought, becomes a knight. The next day, she needs to die.
Yeah.
She did not die. Nobody died. Nobody.
Maybe they're trying to flip it on you, Colton. Maybe they're doing a switcheroo on you.
Well, I think that brings up a whole nother can of worms. What do they call that? The expectation?
Yeah, a subverting expectations.
Subverting expectations.
Yeah. Ryan Johnson sucks.
Subverting
piece shit. Last Shot I suck. Get over it.
Subverting expectation. Yeah.
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 Dude,
see,
me personally, I love
always
getting
good.
my expectations subverted, dude.
No.
As much as possible, that's what I want all the time.
No. Oh God. You don't always have to outwit the audience.
Yeah.
Sometimes we want something. We want to see Jon Snow fight the fucking Night King.
No, see, me personally, I don't like that Roy Schneider's character at the end of Jaws. I think it would have been a better movie if he didn't kill a shark and my expectation was subverted and the shark just continued eating people. And then we just don't know what happens.
Like he's like, I can't kill this beast. Dude,
you know what?
He's an animal.
Yeah,
he doesn't know what he's doing.
He's like me. He feels pain too.
No.
You know what?
No, that's
not today.
I'm glad that did not.
But dude, but subverting your expectation is good though.
Sometimes.
Right? Across the board. No, across the board, dude.
No,
everything
not across
all the
time.
Board.
No, it's something like it is. It's like uranium. Like you better be fucking careful with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you better use that sparingly.
That's a good way to look at it.
You can't build something up, and then just swap it out the last second.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. You
don't have Arya kill the Night King.
Surgical about what you're doing. It's not. It's not something. Yeah. It's not like
you better have an ace of spades in your back pocket. That's like, I know all of you wanted to see this, but I have something better.
Yeah.
And it better be better. If it ain't better. I mean, and that's like an all-in type of bet. Like, and if you make that bet and it fails, your whole series is dead, which is Game of Thrones for me.
That's a great way to look. I've never thought about it like that, but that's really what I think people are getting at. It better be something better. It better be something that I wasn't thinking of. That's what the subversion was meaning. That's in the idealistic way a writer is trying to subvert it. That's what he should be trying to do. And I wouldn't even say a lot of those writers are really that smart to think that. But that's what we as an audience are going, I don't mind being, but dude, you better have a fucking awesome idea.
Here's a good one.
But that never happens.
Pearl Harbor.
That's why it's a problem.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
They subverted my expectations beautifully, right? The guy dies.
Yeah.
Have you seen Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert.
What's that?
So-and-so dies.
Yeah. I think it's
his
underrated
best
too.
friend.
Me personally, I'll say it. I don't care. I think it's underrated. I think it's underrated. Yeah.
Big tent Hollywood movie. Like, you want to just popcorn it up and enjoy a fucking
that's great.
story.
Dude, the CGI, speaking of AI and stuff, dude, the CGI in that movie is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
CGI is good. The story's
amazing.
good.
The acting's good.
It's a great movie.
It's a fun,
amazing movie. Did Michael Bay direct?
Yeah, he directed. Yeah, and he was in his prime back then too, man.
Michael Bay.
People give Michael Bay a lot of shit. Yeah, I get it. I agree with all.
Not me.
But dude,
fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think he's a good director.
Blow more shit up, bro.
Yeah.
But so the soldier dies, and then his best friend gets with his wife, right? Oh, he's not really dead. Yeah. There's this big thing. So I'm like, how are they gonna consult? Then he dies, and he names his kid or whatever. It's like beautiful. Like, wow. How could
it doesn't
you
need to be more complicated than that, because we're all emotionally invested in just those structures at work, and that's really what we're getting at. It's like you just, there's certain things in the psychology of a human being that just work, and you don't have to. Subverting that is just going against the grain because you think you're better than people. Well, you're not a person, which is weird, because it's like, well, no, we're making stories for people. So it kind of makes sense to understand the basic psychology of a person. It's like if I see a character that's really good at their job, I at the time I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I guess I do really like every character that's good at their job. But because I'm aware of it now, that means I don't need to do that. But that's what I think the fuckery of all that is. It's like you always have these writers that think they're better than everybody else, and they want to show I'm smarter than you.
But that's good.
I'm going to subvert that.
That's good, I think, because that's what pushes it forward. Like, I want you to be that arrogant.
Yeah.
I want you to try. Just try.
Yeah.
Just see if you can do it, because you might be able to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like, once in a blue moon, you might try to do something.
Never
that's
go full
like,
retard.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, no, that's
what it is.
Full retard.
I think I've heard like it's like Dwight. Dwight's a silly character, right? He's it's three things: being good at your job. Dwight is good at his job, but like Dwight isn't full retard.
Yeah.
He saves Jim when he's going to get punched early in the series with the bear spray.
See, that's a show. That's another show too.
Oh man,
I've seen episodes. I've seen like a lot of like highlights and best ofs kind of stuff. I've never.
That's one I would say.
I was
well
worth
worth
the
the
guy.
investment.
I was always Sunny in Philadelphia guy.
I just started that.
Oh, dude,
like
that show's the
couple
best.
weeks ago.
It's such a good show. Okay.
I appreciated the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
The pilot where they turn into a gay bar. Is that the pilot?
Yeah. It's. I think it was someone has cancer in the pilot.
No, that's pretty early on though.
Or no, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
I think it's the gay bar
because
they don't have diversity.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
remember they don't have any diversity, so the girl brings in the black guy, and they're all like, "What's up,
you run the hottest gay bar in Philadelphia."
They're like, and then they make all the money.
Yeah, and then they want to keep doing it. Yeah, they're all playing. Yeah, dude, that's so funny. Dude.
When I saw that episode, I was like, "Oh, I get it. I get why this show is so popular." Because they're
dude, it was so ahead of its time too.
Well, that's what they're crossing all these lines, which I hate that I even think that they're crossing lines. Yeah. That's like how fucking pussy we become.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if they're gonna do this in the pilot, I don't know what. Like,
dude. And
the whole world is open to us.
But it kind of goes. And I'm actually glad you brought that up too, because I was, or rather, just that character in The Office, because I immediately thought of Always Sunny to play into your point where that show I tapped out after like the 5th or 6th season, I think, and it was because they became caricatures.
That happens.
They were great characters, and I'm not saying like it's like a pretentious. Like, I want a character that's well defined. They were well defined enough. They were funny enough, but they were real people. They weren't, and that's what made the comedy relatable and fun and or funny rather. But then somewhere along the 4th season, I think they actually stopped writing a lot of the show after the 4th season because they started getting bigger gigs and stuff. And but nonetheless, the new writers that came in, or the hired writers rather that they got. Charlie's the stupid one.
Right.
He's just not, he can barely make heads and
never
tails
wins.
of anything. Never wins.
Yeah.
But he literally became a Cartoon Network character where he's just literally a complete jackass to the point where he's not even a human being. He's treated like a dog. Don't get me wrong. It does have, there's some little funny moments here and there.
Right.
But by and large, the show is not watchable anymore once the writer loses the sense of that nuance of where's the line between a funny dipshit of a person versus him being a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Where he's just, I don't know, I put my shirt on
I'm
backwards.
Charlie. I talk real loud. You know? Like, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But that's why me personally, like I start to fall back on the earlier seasons of something. Like if I really like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like
that's what they really had a try back then. They were really
they didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know who Rick was in Rick and Morty. Like they were just like, Rick is this guy, he does this, he's super smart and blah blah blah. So like we're seeing the voice actors try to figure out who Rick is, which really ironically is really strange because it's the most authentic Rick. Because he doesn't know who Rick is. He's trying to discover Rick, and then later on in the seasons, not just Rick and Morty.
It's so defined that they can't get outside.
They've seen their own work before, and it's like, oh, that's Rick. And now there's like, even if they're really good, there's that little bit of them that's like, trying to play
that's a good point.
Rick or whoever it is.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, they got it so nailed down that it can not be a cartoon character at that point. Is a interesting kind of way to look at that. But then my mind goes to, or is it just laziness that just keeps them pigeon? Because like in other words,
could be.
They could be like, we got to write an episode. I know this character, boom. Like, do you though? Because it seems like you're just kind of the first couple answers, and the reality of it is, when that show first came out, they're probably going, "Dude, we don't know if this is gonna work."
That's exactly right.
Right, and but that fuel and that drive of we don't know if this is going to work.
Right.
But we know the market needs more of this thing that we don't know works is the driver. But then the second thought is, but we also have to work our ass off to make sure it's funny, regardless of the character as much, because we're still trying to find out who this guy. But we're not straying too far from. Not like the convention, but the structure of what we know works in terms of funny, because we have to make this first couple seasons work. Otherwise, we're toast in the first couple seasons. And
to your point, I think
it's a weird, but
they stop taking chances.
Yeah,
they go, when I juggle, the crowd loves it.
Yeah,
and I stop juggling, they boo.
Yeah. Those hits just more to just we know him. Just do this. That works.
Right. That could be exactly what happens. But then I think about series. This is hilarious.
Like a trinity of those.
I'm going to bring this up, but I think of series that, like, to me, I think always worked. Like Recess, the animated Recess Saturday morning cartoon. You watched that? No. You never watched Recess?
Remind me. That sounds familiar. I've heard that.
Are you a millennial? Did you watch cartoons on Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Recess. They got now look, I can't even remember the guy's name.
TJ.
TJ's the leader. They got Spinelli, the tomboy who fights people. They got.
Can you pull up an image?
I can pull up real quick.
Real quick, because he has a good job.
As I'm pulling this.
The name sounds really familiar, but I need a visual.
What?
I'm a visual learner.
Primal Rage soundtrack. That's awesome. But for the thing that I've
the game
observed,
the game,
that's
bad. Yeah, I was literally looking at that. Are you kidding? Dude, let me see.
You remember Primal Rage?
Oh,
but you
dude,
don't remember Recess?
I was looking to see if I can get the rights to write a feature film.
I've thought about it. It's hard.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's super. Absolutely. I read a comic. I bought some comic books.
That's
of
badass.
Primal Rage.
That is badass.
Oh hell
that's
yeah,
fucking sweet, dude.
But with
I love that game.
Okay, where do I start? Yeah, this is Recess.
Yeah, Recess.
That's Recess. Tell me. You don't,
yeah. You
don't remember this?
I do remember watching that. Yeah, the girl with the oval head.
That's what you remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember Finster and all that. Anyway,
yeah.
As far as characters,
the backwards
go,
hat.
That's TJ and them.
Yeah.
As far as characters go, I felt like that show stayed true the whole time. And the thing I've observed with like good characters is that no matter what situation you put them in, to me, there is an optimal response to that situation based on that character.
Yeah.
For instance, Rick and Morty again. It's like, what happens if we put Rick on a planet that he fucked and the planet got pregnant and had offspring?
Yeah.
How would Rick respond? There is like an optimal way that Rick would respond, that the audience goes, yep, that's how Rick would definitely respond. He wouldn't go, I'm going to love these kids or whatever. Whatever he respond. I don't even remember.
He's not going to be really empathetic, and because we've run enough of those simulations in other episodes where we know the audience knows that's how he'd respond.
Now, you might say, how would he become empathetic or whatever towards these and try to find a maneuverable way to get that outcome, which might work or it might not.
Yeah.
You might just say, this character, ain't no way he's going to become like this. No sort of arc is ever going to bring us there.
Well, see, and I think that's really what we're getting at too. It's like then the character needs to change. And that's really just structure. It's just, but TV shows are it's structure. But TV show or feature or whatever the duration of time, you still need a solid structure. But I think with TV shows, I can kind of empathize with how it would be a little bit harder in the way that you're like, I don't even know how long this is going to go. So how can I map out a structure? Well,
that's got to be hard.
Right. Yeah. Because then it's like, but that doesn't mean you deny that you're asked better figure out some kind of structure, because it's really just about the growth problem of a character. Because to your point, if it's just the same beat over and over,
right,
it's not that they have a problem with the character being well defined as much as it's about, they need to keep growing then. So he changes so that when that same situation does happen a second time, it's not the same old shit. It's, maybe he does actually do the opposite of what we thought. He's growing because of this thing happened in the previous episode, and we're seeing a slow growth. So you keep it new and original. But really, it's like the growth, I think, is what we're after. But in a movie, it's easier because you have an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. Whereas a TV show, it's indefinite until your show gets canceled.
60 hours.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad is like 80 hours.
It's a lot of content, man.
It's a lot. Yeah. So you can go way deeper.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. Well, that's
deeper.
That's where TV shows are awesome, obviously. You can just do more nuanced stuff and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always... And I think that's really like the best writers, they do that. They kind of at least have a better sense of that, where like I'm just writing the same shit. Like, we know Walter White, we know he's doing the same, but he's got to grow in some other way. Maybe the overarching arc is he's going to go out this way, but there's got to be some kind of little growth so that people don't get, he's going to do this and that's going to happen. It doesn't mean it should be a predetermined outcome to the point where it's so boring, you know. But I mean, like I said, it's about the duration of time.
Duration of time.
I think it's the big thing that screws writers.
Yeah, duration of time, but then also you're ratcheting up the tension. You're ratcheting up the consequence. What's that?
Stakes.
Stakes. Yeah. You're ratcheting up the stakes. So For Breaking Bad, at first it's a little bit of meth.
Yeah.
And then he takes over the area, and then the next bad guy,
got rival cartels coming in from like Mexico.
Right?
Who the hell's
the
this?
stakes gets ripped.
Yep.
Oh, he takes out the local Tuco or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Who was scary?
Yeah.
Like season 1, that guy's
all those
scarier
villains
than
are
shit.
fucked. Yeah.
Then he blows him up. This is not crystal meth. Boom, blows him up, kills him or whatever. Gets rid of him.
Yeah.
And then the stakes get raised because Big Bad Wolf over here comes in.
Yeah.
Well. Now the character has choices to make and changes and arcs and what. Do you still want to be?
Now I know who he is and where his family lives and all this shit. And that dude, okay, so that's
that just keeps going.
Yeah, and that's great. Mm-hmm. But hey, why not just subvert all that and just nothing happens? It's just they don't know his identity. They don't know where his family lives. Then
it gets canceled.
Yeah,
hopefully.
No, that's what it is, and it should be. And that's that's an amazing show. I remember there's one episode I watched when Skylar cheats on Walter White, and I was like, dude, when I watched that show, because actually at the time I was actually living in L.A. and some friends of mine I was living with, they said, dude, you got to watch Breaking Bad. And I was like, I don't know, I don't really have time, just kind of whatever excuse. And I was like, they're like, dude, you need shut up, go watch Breaking. Just watch the first couple, and I go, dude, I don't. Anyway, however I started watching it. It's
amazing.
Binge watched 2 weeks. All 6 seasons because it just ended.
But
then the finale timing. Was coming out the next week or so. That's
right.
And so, but I binge watched and I was like, don't tell me don't tell what happens.
Right.
But I was legitimately mad at. I was like fucked up my day, dude. When I watched the episode where Skylar cheats on Walter, I remember I had to talk to my friends. I was like, dude. That episode,
how could she
fucking, he's just trying to help his family. If she knew all the shit he had, he doesn't want to sell meth. He's just doing it because, but it was, but again, it's like, it gets you because you don't realize it's that duration of time you put into it. It feels real. I think watching a TV show, at least in that condensed amount of time,
you get invested in those
it's like,
characters.
how can your brain not think? It's like one of those 3D rides at fucking, Universal Orlando or whatever. You ever been on one of those? Dude, I was
the Transformers one was.
Oh, dude, it was amazing. It was
when they threw you off the building.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was amazing.
And Bumblebee catches you.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, dude.
But I mean, you're just in a simulation.
Yeah.
I felt like I was falling off the building.
Same here.
I was like, oh,
dude, I talk to people about that ride all the time.
Good.
It was so amazing.
Yeah.
It blew my mind.
Avatar was better. Avatar was even better.
Oh, really? Where was that one at?
That's at Disney. That's at Disney World.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You get on a Banshee. You get on those I think it's called a Banshee.
Oh, dude, you know
nerd.
What? yeah.
It breathes.
I've seen someone upload the 4K.
Oh yeah.
Off their phone. Oh, it looked amazing.
It breathes. So you're sitting on this thing and it goes,
that's magic.
And your legs you're like, oh my God, this thing's fucking breathing. And as you're flying, like when you fly through the jungle, they throw up mist.
Oh, that's.
Or no, when you fly over the ocean, they hit the mist.
Oh,
but
nice.
when you fly through the jungle, you can smell soil.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
I don't know how they did that, but it is like a four-dimensional. It was.
That's badass.
We got in line the day it opened. Kelsey and I were there. We got in line 4 hours, waited, rode it, and we're like, get back in line. Just get back in line. And thank God it was during lunch.
That's
so
awesome.
the line died down. It was still a long wait, but it wasn't. Yeah.
But it's worth it though.
Incredible.
But, dude, when Brittany and her family went out to Florida, or we all went to Florida and checked it out, and I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, are these really that cool? I mean, they kind of seem like kid rides, and I was a fucking dickhead about it.
I'm too cool for this.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. I was very it's gonna
but
be
you've never experienced something like that.
Your brain has never been hijacked everywhere you look.
You're thinking Fire in the Hole. Which nothing is Fire in the Hole. What I was thinking. Love Fire in the Hole.
Yeah.
But you're thinking of I've done a roller coaster,
Yeah.
I've seen the
Yeah.
Bald knobber.
Yeah, no,
get out of here. Yeah. Which I love.
I've seen the bald knobbers in Branson and those rides at Silver City, and I've been through it all. I've been through it all, dude.
Speaking of things that you hear and you just accept as real, did you ever hear that there was a cottonmouth outbreak in Fire in the Hole? Remember the very last drop, you hit the water?
They had snakes in
there? They had a bunch of snakes of cottonmouths.
Really?
And then the roller coaster went down, hit the water, and all these snakes went flying up.
No, I did not hear about that.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it did not ever happen.
Yeah.
But it was one of those
But that's a good... Yeah, that's terrifying though. It's all dark and shit in there.
Yeah, dude. I think
every drop of water is a snake.
Oh, dude. I don't think it actually happened, but it was one of those things who made that up?
Yeah, that's smart, dude. Some stupid teenager.
No, dude.
It's always some...
Guarantee it was some stone Silver City employee, running Like, dude, can you
really
imagine
yeah.
if a bunch of snakes got in there and like they bred?
He probably did put some in, and then they probably just took off. They probably hit like 2 or 3, and then it actually became a thing, and they just took off. So you're going, there's no snakes.
It's just one of those things. Like I heard, and I'm like, I just believed it. I was like, holy shit.
That's more exciting. I would actually want to know that going in because that probably elevates the experience, man. Yeah,
that's like a dad. That's like a dad joke. Like right as you're getting into the roller coaster, like.
I heard there's.
By the way, did you hear about all those snakes? And you're like, oh shit! Yeah. Oh, let me out.
No, that's true, dude. That's definitely a dad thing, dude. Do you ever remember the first roller coaster you were on?
Wildfire.
That was your. Oh, really? Okay.
I hate a roller coaster.
What was that experience like for you when you first?
I hated
Who were you with?
I was with Wes, one of my best friends, Wes Heffley, and his brother Brad Heffley, and Josh Davis. There's a photo of me on my first roller coaster.
Nice.
Because I would never ride them. My friends would go ride, and they're like, "Come on, come with us."
How old were you at the time?
This is like either late middle school or early high school. Probably late middle school. It's probably like 7th or 8th grade. Yeah.
Were you like just tall enough to ride it, or were you like past that point? Because you were a taller guy.
I was past the point at 3 years old. Yeah. Like I could ride anything. I hated it.
Yeah.
Though. Like it just scared.
It's a funny way to measure. It's like never mind the fear that matters.
Yeah.
Just how big is it?
They're like, you can ride it.
Because we don't want him to fall out.
No.
We don't care if he's traumatized for the rest of his life.
That's what I mean.
We just don't want him to fall out and be sued.
But I don't know. I just balled up one day. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Like I guess I'll die. Yeah. Like if this is my time to die, I'm gonna die.
This is my D-Day. But yeah, go ahead.
Did you ride Wildfire?
Yeah.
So it's got the.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, dude, I'm in.
Yeah.
I loved it. After that, I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't like the spinners, but anyway, Wildfire. And it was.
Are you a loop guy?
A loop is fine. Loops are fine.
Yeah, I'll do a loop.
Spinning. Yeah. Don't like spinning.
Yeah, no. Anymore, dude. Now I can't do spins.
I never could do.
When I was a kid, I thought it was tough. I could maybe handle it for like a. I was in that weird transitional period right when I just could appreciate it and like it, and then like I got just old enough to where I'm like, I'd never again.
Well, you know the one that
like with wood roller
so
coasters.
Hard. Oh yeah, those are not.
They'll
fun.
rattle your brain.
They
dude.
hurt.
You're just
yeah.
like, oh,
they feel like they beat the shit out of you,
dude. Because you can't look tough on a wooden roller coaster when you're trying to look cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I just hurt my back.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
That's what it feels like.
Your head bob. And why were the seats never soft?
They were wooden too.
So it was made out of wood. Or
the whole
plastic.
thing's wood.
Yeah, stupid. Dude, I liked it. Like I always looked at the architecture and all the wood and stuff. Like,
it's a
really
classic
cool.
look.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, but it fucking sucks to ride.
Terrible. Give me the metal.
Yeah,
carbon fiber.
Yeah, exactly. Even the scarier ride, I just don't want to get hurt.
Yeah,
I don't want to be like.
Well, dude, I mean, it happens. Again, another thing I heard was at Six Flags, and I think this one was real, where the kid lost his hat. Did you hear about this one?
I've heard that.
And the leg hit his head and decapitated him.
Oh, no, I haven't heard the hat one, though. No.
He rode, I wish I had a Jamie to pull this up, but
okay.
he rode this ride at Six Flags, California, because that's where I was.
Yeah.
And he lost his hat during the ride, and it fell in this area like of a closed out, like a fenced-in area, like don't go here, because the roller coaster goes down so close to the ground.
When it hits the.
Of course, he goes down there, gets his hat, and someone's leg that was dangling hit his head and decapitated him.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've heard a version of that. I heard.
Okay, so now I'm not.
Do you believe that? Let's get Pat. Do you believe that?
Confident. I did until you said I heard a version of
it. Dude, when I because I've heard a version of that and I was like, yeah, absolutely. When I was at
that's what I was like. Wow, okay.
Yeah, because again, bandwidth. You're like, dude, absolutely. Yeah, why
would I question
fast
that? Bullshit.
Head, I get it. Yeah.
He doesn't like. Yeah. He didn't like his hat that much.
Yeah, I've seen The Haunting when what's his face gets his head bitten off by but I guess it's a heavier object. And was it Owen Wilson in the Haunting? Would you ever see the Liam Neeson?
I don't watch.
Oh, dude, it was like a kind of a cheesy ghost movie in the like late '90s.
I kind of remember like the movie at a Blockbuster.
The poster or whatever. Cool poster, yeah. But I mean, the version I heard was there was a. Well, no, it was a little more brutal. It was like some guy was like mowing the lawn, or he was like trimming the weeds and
at the theme park.
Yeah, and he stuck his head up through the thing, thinking it wasn't active, right away. It sounds like no one's mowing the lawn. Someone's got the weed whacker.
Mine's way better. He lost his hat. You can believe that.
Yeah,
some kid's like, I'm not letting my hat go.
Yeah,
that's my identity.
Yeah, it was a weird.
I pictured it as a flat bill.
It's like that's what I was thinking too.
Flat bill.
I was thinking flat bill too. I was thinking like a blade.
Like no one's going in for like a bent cap.
Yeah,
like
that's
I'll
not
get another one.
Just flat bill, 100%. Understand the
like it's got the sticker on it still. It's brand new.
We'll deserve to cut off someone's head.
Yeah. I wish I could Google that. I don't want to right now though, but you can, viewer.
Dude. Okay. Yeah. So I got to tell you this because this was like this. I still remember this like it was 9/11. The first roller coaster I was ever on. My dad goes. It was me and my older brother Shane. Shane's like a year or two older than me. And we're pretty young. I was just tall enough to ride the ride. So I was like, yeah, I was all fired up. And then as soon as it was a reality, I was actually going to do it. It just, anxiety and fear just, I was just, my posture sank and everything. And Shane's going like, Shane was really good about selling me the idea that he was going to do it. No problem. But as soon as my dad was like, all right, cool, we're going. And I was like, I think it's like Atlanta Six Flags, I want to say. And I was like, yeah. And I was wanting to look tough for my dad. It's like, yeah, absolutely. And then Shane's like, oh, you know what? I think I'm just not going to do it. And I'm just like, dude, I'm only doing this because I thought it was no problem for you, man. Right. But Shane's like, yeah, I'm not. And I'm like, well, now I sold the idea that I was tough to my dad. So now I have to be tougher on my dad. Yeah. Because I don't know, like 5th grade. So I have to do it. Dude, I was young. So I was like, but I was just in that like range where I was conscious enough of like wanting to impress my dad. Mm-hmm. And I was like, once that was a thing, there was I don't care what I had to do. Right. I had to impress my dad. So, but I was terrified. I was like shitting myself. But it was like, it took Shane and my dad to get me there. That's how much of a punk I was. And so, and of course, like the way up there, it wasn't like this like claustrophobic line in a thing where you kind of entertained by music and lights and things up until it was like this, it was on like a pier. So there's this long like hallway thing just as far as the eye can see.
Not traumatizing at all.
Yeah, no. It was so the whole walk, I felt like I was walking the Green Mile, dude. It's just like I'm just going and I'm just going, what the hell did I do? Why would I do this?
How can I get out of this?
Yeah, how do I get out? No, and I'm just like, I'm trying to act cool. Me and my dad's like, oh, it's fine, it's real, whatever. We have a lot of fun. We're trying to keep, he can see it in my eyes. So we get on the roller coaster, we sit down, and I remember distinctly my dad, I was like, yeah, you know what, Dad, I don't want to do this. Nah, I completely pushed out at the 11th hour. But that was after the thing.
Oh, no.
It was the metal, and my feet are dangling. Yeah, it was like a feet dangler.
Yeah, okay.
It might have been like the Ninja or something.
Okay, that's fast.
Yeah, it was fast. Yeah, dude. And I was like, I want to get out. And I was like trying to, Dad, I think I'm going to change my mind. I think I'm going to get out. And he goes, oh, no. He starts dying laughing. He's like, he goes, dude, no. You're out. And I just remember the look on his face.
Oh, no.
And I hope I get to experience that someday with my son.
Yeah, right.
Just to laugh at how stupid he is.
Yeah, right.
For how, like, dude, it's already over.
Yeah.
And he's just, dude, it was nothing but just pure delight. I've never seen my dad that happy before in the best way possible. He's just like, oh, we're going. Right. We're going. And this is going to be awesome for both of us. But he's like, you're going to be fine. But he would do this thing like dancing that line between, I know what you're feeling. I know you're terrified. Right. But it's you'll be fine. Right. So, and once you get out out the other end of this, you're going to see Shane and your brother's going to be thinking, God damn, I probably should have been on the fucking ride. Right. But I was doing loops and everything, and I was just, I closed my eyes. But all throughout the ride, I would open them up slowly. But yeah, sure enough, dude, by the end of the ride, I was like, that was fucking badass. I want to do it again. So then I see Shane at the end of the pier. And I'm just like, dude, I want to do this again. I'm like fired up. And I'm like, let's go one. And then everything was possible then.
Yes.
It's just that
I felt that too.
Yeah. But by me trying to look tough actually made me tough in a way, which is kind of, it's not kind of really how it works now. But as a kid, it works.
It would have worked. It will. Yeah. It will.
Yeah, I guess it does.
It's like
I guess
the consequences
are worse. The consequences, I guess, are worse.
No, you're still on a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
literally just on a roller coaster.
That's true.
It's like God looking down at you and you're like, he's laughing his ass off.
That's true. Like,
that's true.
I guess it just
one off. Yeah. Please let me off.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Dude,
yeah, I guess you're right.
I got you. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's a roller. When we get through this, you're gonna be like, anything is possible.
Yeah. No, that's true, dude. Yeah, that's actually
life is a roller coaster, dude.
No, you're right, man. I think it's just I guess when you get older, you think things are more real. And I mean they are, but like they're always real.
The stakes get rise. Yeah. It's just another roller coaster.
You know what it is, dude? It's like not having a parental figure in your life. Like you get old enough to like, I can do everything now. I don't need well, you always kind of do.
That is true.
I think that's what it is.
It's a big part of it for sure. When you understand that you are the adult and like there's no one coming for you.
There's no one sitting there going, it's gonna be okay. It's just you.
No,
you gotta act tough.
I was thinking about that about my dad, like just the fact that my dad is alive and in this simulation right now, like I call him, just gives me peace. Like if shit just absolutely got the worst it could be, I'll call Dad. Yeah, like no problem. Yeah. Like anytime I got in trouble,
that life experience to go. Yeah, I've been there, done that. You know, maybe there's something I don't know, but just look out for this one thing I don't have experience with. Sure, it means everything. Like Dad's gonna kill the monsters. Like whatever happens, like Dad's gonna come in, boom, boom, gone. Anything else, son? Yep. But I'm thinking like, well, I'm gonna lose him someday. Like that's just how this life goes. Yeah. The idea of being in a world without that parental backup. Yeah. I mean, people do it all the time. I mean, for sure. It is life. Yep.
But man, I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Because even if I am an adult, I've been around like my niece and nephew a lot lately, nieces and nephews, a lot lately. And I keep like, I'll kind of halfway forget I'm a 35-year-old man.
Dude, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you guys want to go swimming? Let's go swim. Pokemon.
Being a hype guy and
Oh yeah, I am the adult. Like, and I can still have fun.
Yeah.
But I have to like remind myself that like I'm in control.
Yeah.
I can get onto them. Like I can control them, not in a bad way, but like
A
guide them.
lot of influence.
I'm guiding them, you know, and saying like, don't do that. You'll get hurt, or you know, I don't know. It's a weird thing to navigate. And my mom had me at 21 when she was 21.
Oh really? Wow.
Which is kind of old for some people, but think about when I was 21. I'm like, and having a kid, like I was retarded at 21.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I was a fucking moron.
How old are you?
36.
You're older than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then imagine like what she went through, having that kind of responsibility, and she did great and got through it, and you know, got off the roller coaster at some point.
Yeah.
And she's better for it, and so am I. Thank God. But yeah, I definitely agree. The idea of you being the adult, that's a tough one.
What pushes you to the point where you realize you're like, man, I don't have, or rather, like, however you want to skin that. It's like, I'm the guy. Mm-hmm. And then you go, oh shit, I'm the guy. And then all of a sudden that realization goes, I'm the guy. All right, I'm a fucking badass, and I got to be tough.
That's good. I mean, and
it pushes you to that standard, right? Yes. Of like, whether I like it or not, I have to do that because people are fucking looking at me. Right. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And I don't fucking know what's going on.
That's the definition of.
I better figure it the fuck out. But I'm not gonna let them think I don't know what's going on. Like, there's a difference between like lying to people and be like, I got this. Go ahead and go on the roller coaster and don't put the thing down. You're fine. There's a difference between like misleading people into their doom versus like, I know they're gonna be fine, but I don't know what's going on in an innocent way. But going like, but I don't want to freak people out in the process of figuring out what the fuck is going on, so that I can be that person for them. But it's really the best fuel to get you to man the fuck up. In a lot of ways.
Gives you realizing a choice.
You're the guy.
It gives you a choice. Yeah. It sounds like you're making the right choice, in my opinion.
I try.
You either go up or down. You know? Do you fold under the pressure, or do you say, I'm the guy?
Yeah.
And my question is, is there a point in someone's life when you do have it figured out, or you do know what's going on?
Dude,
because I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
I think you just do the best you can.
Dude, I got to. Yeah, no, you're right. I agree 100%. Let's do another drink quick, and I want to get into something because I got some shit. Is that cool?
I'll pour you a drink.
You want to top off?
I'll pour you. Yeah, go ahead. Speak.
Go.
Speak.
Sure? Okay.
No, I'll pour it.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go with your idea.
All right.
I want you to start your idea before I start moving around.
Okay, cool. Okay. So in terms of never figuring anything out, I 100% agree. Because I'm never gonna fucking. But to kind of wrap up what we're talking about with the film stuff. And this is what really gives me anxiety, man. Because if I don't get to the point where I'm the best filmmaker I can possibly be, and that's really that really fucks with me. If I don't nail what I'm doing as a filmmaker, I'm just like, who the fuck am I?
Why?
That's all I've been focused on since I was a kid, is being a great filmmaker. Not because I'm trying to be like the best for best sake. I'm just because I really genuinely love the arts. And filmmaking for me was like, dude, that's every art wrapped into one. And I will never not be challenged in a day in my life. And I will constantly be getting my ass kicked about not knowing enough about 50 different mediums. And filmmaking just takes them all into one. And half the time you don't even have the ability literally to do them all at once, when it actually requires you to do them all at once. Like the short film, the Clayman, that I'm doing.
I've heard of this.
Yeah. So and that was my thing where I'm like,
premieres June 28th, Pittsburg, Kansas.
That's right. Appreciate you.
Check the link below for tickets.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
Cheers to the Clayman.
Thank you for having me on the podcast, sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
I'm glad you're back.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too, man. This podcast fucking kicks ass.
Thank you. This is an episode where I was like, we're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, man. We always have a fucking blast.
I mean, Chris was awesome. I had a great time with him. I had Marcos on.
Marcos I listened to that this morning too. It was a great podcast. Yep, I did.
But I'm like, we're just gonna have fun.
Dude,
I literally don't know how long we've gone.
I have no idea.
I don't care.
Dude.
The themes, we're just
shooting
all over.
I don't even know what time is, man.
I'm having a blast.
Dude, riding up to Kansas City to shoot the fights. We always have a fucking blast talking shit.
By the way, are you going Saturday?
I did. I wish. I got to do
you got a wedding.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I would rather watch dudes get their asses kicked than go shoot someone loving their life.
I texted you right before you got here. There's 14 fights.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I know. No, and it looks like a fucking awesome event, and of course I'm not going to be there.
Oh my
so thanks
God.
for reminding
me.
Well,
I mean, 14 fights. It's not going to end till 11:30 in Kansas City.
Chris always puts on fucking awesome shows too, man.
Yes, but Chris, who am I going to drink with?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Why do you put so much value on the identity of a good filmmaker?
Well, see, okay, so I would say it's less that, I think that's the way I'm expressing it. So I would say it's not that I'm putting the value on the identity as much as I just love getting into the weeds of every given medium I can get my fucking hands on. So if it's like sculpting,
but you're not worried about
like
sculpting.
Acrylic paint, or
you said filmmaker. I want to be the best filmmaker.
Yeah. Well, because I think ultimately, I just, actually no. I think you got me, because at the end of the day, it does wrap. Because even if I split up in different mediums, it's still encompassing all the mediums all together. I think I don't want to be bored with what I'm doing, and I think when I was a kid, I always kind of thought a lot of things were really boring to me, and I just, for whatever reason, art was something that was really challenging to me, and I thought, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in art. Like, you can get, I think when you grow up, at least in school anyway, there was books about everything. It was, hey, if you want to be great at math, just fucking study these problems, and their answers are literally at the back of the book. You can fucking flip if
That'd
you're
be nice.
Yeah, right. And you could fucking just, there's the answers, and then here's how to do it, and you have a teacher to show you. And I don't know if that was really before or after, but I want to say it was one of those things where it was kind of before this, where I got enough of that growing up, and there was something in my mind, in my subconscious part of me, where I'm just like, I need something more to keep me happy. And the subjectivity of art in general, and then spread across different mediums. Because I knew just physically, even if I wanted to be good at one particular art, I mean, yeah, that's only one, dude. Mm-hmm. You got 50 other different mediums. You can fucking sculpt, you can fuck with paint, you can illustrate with a pencil, you can do like charcoal even on paper, you can do all kinds of things. I mean, even like mastering cinematography is a skill on its own. Being and then obviously directing, you got the writing, you got all these things. So in my mind, I was just like, I'll never get bored ever. And I can chase that until I die. And I knew I was never going to win that battle as a kid, even just in the back of my mind. I was like, that sounds really fun to me. I like being challenged in that way. And jiu-jitsu is like that. Like I get bored sometimes in jiu-jitsu. Not to say I know everything about jiu-jitsu. I really don't at all. But it's like, but I do know enough about what makes it work mechanically to go, I need to go further down this avenue. And it's like digging holes in water. I know I'm never going to fucking dig that shit out with a shovel. It's going to refill the minute you pull it up. But that's what keeps me happy, ultimately, is knowing I'm never going to fucking dig the water out of the fucking ocean. It's just, it's always going to be there, and I can keep working at that. But it's a little different in the way that I know I'm making a dent, where the analogy betrays me in a way where immediately as soon as that shovel of water pulls up, you're like, oh yeah, I did nothing. Where art, there is a science to it, just like in MMA. Like a perfect analogy would be like wrestling and jiu-jitsu. There's a science to wrestling. There's no art form with wrestling. Maybe a tad, but that's if you're fucking fucking Jordan Burroughs or somebody that maybe he's found some little nuance that no one's paid. And of course, but within reason, it's a science. Jiu-jitsu is still an art form, more or less. And then when you mix and then you want to get MMA where you're mixing other, but let's just keep it simple in wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of creativity and things to explore. And there's a science there only because the foundation is wrestling ultimately, and it could kind of branch out into more subtlety and nuance and stuff. But that's why I think I gravitated more to jiu-jitsu. I mean, maybe if wrestling was offered to me, maybe I would have gotten more into wrestling as a kid, but it just never was my thing. But I found jiu-jitsu at a perfect time where I kind of missed out on the wrestling window. But nonetheless, it was always really fascinating because I'm never get bored of this. I can constantly kind of keep digging into what the hell this is while I'm like competing with other people to try to do the same. And I want to see how much more I can understand that. And that's what always keeps me coming back. It's not even like I do like the working out aspect, but it's really more like the problem solving of it and the kind of really just the creativity of it that always intrigues me. And eventually, I don't know, who knows, fucking 20, 30, 50 years, maybe we get to the point where it's a science and it's not called an art form anymore. It's just like just called wrestling. There's no wrestling art. It's just wrestling. No, it's just science. People have been doing this forever. And jiu-jitsu's been around forever too, but wrestling is one of those things where, no, dummy, you do this because this is what happens. We've already figured it out. There's no Rubik's Cube to solve anymore. It's already solved. You just have to apply yourself to be the best. And so in my mind, art was always just one of those things where I'm just like, man, I'll never get bored of this. And it requires everything about me to really be entertained. And it's never betrayed me. I've always been fucking happy to get into a new medium or whatever, man. It's just so challenging. But what about you? I mean, because you're with acting. I mean, what was your thing with acting? What was the thing that got you? What was that one thing that drove you to be an actor? Or was it just, or you like me with just art in general, was just something you just kind of wanted to dig into?
Well, I mean, that's the reason I asked is because I recognize a lot of how you frame life is. I mean, we did the same thing. We both went to LA. We both want to be these filmmakers. And so like to see it outside of myself, I'm like, oh, I recognize that in me. So I asked, because I hear you say scientific and I hear you say art, and it's like the dichotomy that I'm hearing is like scientific, hard, no creativity. Yeah. This is the way, very militant like. But art is free and creative, and there are no rules or whatnot. Yeah. Is that like are you aware of that dichotomy, and is that true?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would say, furthermore, the science is just it's one end of the spectrum. Art is at the other end, where science is what we know to be true, more or less beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then the further away you get from that, it's just more things we don't understand that we're just trying to figure out.
Because art has fundamentals that definitely work. Like if you're going to be a painter, I don't know anything about painting, but I think that is so interesting because I have the same problem. I associate my identity with being a good filmmaker. Like I associate my value and my identity with being Don't give a shit if I was the best painter on earth. I'd be like, cool, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you told me right now, you're like, hey, I need you to learn how to paint in the next 3 months, or we're gonna kill your family or something. I'd be like, okay. Yeah. I would start by saying how to become a painter, and I would not hold myself back. I wouldn't be like, that's not how you do it. Or I would just be like, I would learn the fundamentals, no problem. Yeah. Filmmaking, I like resist it because I want to be better than I am. I'm like arrogantly too confident in trying to be better. So I don't learn I don't take my baby steps. I'm like, I don't want to do a scene. I want to do a feature film. Yeah. Where's my F-16? I ordered an F-16. Yeah. So I see that like in you. So I'm just curious. And I've wrestled with this for so long. I mean, I've talked to Chad about it. I've journaled about it, meditated, tried to figure out like, what is this? Like what is going on here?
Because I think people ultimately, at least what I think to be true is that I think most people when they're born, your brain is at least it's in the process of being wired up until you're 25, 30 in males. So like with women, it's like 21 or something when your brain's fully developed. So up until those periods of time, depending if you're male or female, you can't help but be wired in a way to be good at something in particular that your brain, not in a conscious way, but just in terms of your wiring, the way your synapses fire. Just you're something about whatever it is that your brain is built to do, more or less maybe even by accident, actually, I would probably argue. That's just what you want. So maybe it's like some people, like if they just like, I just want to fucking make a shitload of money. Hey, great, man. If that's all you care, that's fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. To me, it's like, it's not even about the identity side of it. It's just, they're just in tune with whatever it is about them making money, and they don't give a fuck about what product they're selling. Mm-hmm. I envy that, because I'm kind of like that in a way, but it's just with art. But we're all the same in that regard, where that person is a lot like me. Something I can identify heavily is with in that person. It's just that they identify that their brain is wired in a way that is good at something. At least they got that much going. Whereas most people, they know it's there, they just don't act on it. They don't act in a way that completely understands and accepts that reality. And they just, because they would just rather not fail. And they'd rather just, I don't need that identity in a way. Because I agree, it is an identity thing, but I'm also not convinced that that's not even like a bad thing, ultimately. Because I'm right there with you, because I think a lot of the identity thing I think has been kind of thrown around a lot lately for obvious reasons. But I think it's a good thing in the sense that you want to know where your brain is at and what it's wired to do, literally, as early as possible in life. 'Cause it's a rat race. Whoever gets there quickest and has the most amount of time to achieve that goal, knowing we're all in competition over resources, is going to ultimately get the most ability to actually keep doing more of it and to get paid to do it and to flourish and to provide for their family with that skill or whatever. And so my mind was always like, I want to be the best for those reasons, not because necessarily I'm trying to be the best for my ego. And don't get me wrong, I have a healthy fucking ego. If someone says I suck at something, I go, oh yeah, motherfucker, watch this, and I'll try. I'm just as much of an asshole as anyone else. But at the same time, I was just really aware that like my brain is wired to be, I need to be challenged. And I always felt like art was that I always gravitated to art in that way where I'm like, it's a subjective thing where no one knows the answers. I'm going to find the fucking answers because that's exciting to me, because my brain needs that. If I don't get that, I'm fucking unhappy and I'm miserable and I can't find someone to marry, and I'm not going to have a family, and I'm not going to do all the things that I want to do, but that's in the way. And I felt like if I can't satisfy that urge, then I'll just literally melt.
Those stakes are high.
They are,
They
dude.
are the highest.
And so, yeah, and then it becomes this thing where you go, I can't help but want to be competitive about that because I'm now in competition. Once I've identified I'm a filmmaker because I need all the art forms, not just one. And I tried. Like when I was growing up, I was like, oh, maybe I'm just going to illustrate. Maybe I'm going to do comics. But I would do that. And I would draw I remember drawing like this photo real like fucking sketch of Spider-Man when the first Raimi Spider-Man came out.
Oh, yeah.
I remember actually this super pretentious dickhead of a teacher. Or no, he's a professor actually at somewhere in Kansas City. He came down. He's like looking at people's sketchbooks and stuff, and he's like,
wait, how old were you? Like middle school?
"Oh, dude, I'm like freshman high school."
Oh, high school.
And I remember he looked at my sketchbook and he's looking for like and don't get me wrong, I was doing pretentious shit. I was doing like trees growing out of the ocean and dumb shit like that. Like, what the fuck is like literally in the middle of the ocean? Not like kind of.
You don't get it?
Yeah.
Okay, boomer.
But that's what it was. I was doing all this pretentious, and don't get me wrong, I would win like awards and stuff, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
But you're playing into this pretentious bullshit that you know will win awards,
Which is
it's
so
not
typical.
true to me.
It's so typical at that age.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, yeah, you're the
100%.
cocky, young, brand new young gun.
Yeah, they want to see some pretentious,
Yeah.
and I leaned into that hard as fuck because I knew.
Again, identity.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, and don't. Yeah, and I was 100% into that identity growing up, and like doing drama. I was all about fucking. I was never like a theater kid or anything like that, but I was always doing like super serious drama, short films, and really heavy themes about this, that, or whatever. And then I was just like, I got to a point where I'm just like, man. Even when I was out in LA, I was doing that. And then I got to a point where I was like, I need to cut the fucking shit. I'm not into this. I'm not saying, like, don't get me wrong, everything, the essence of any genre is fucking drama. It's just common sense. But ultimately, it's like, dude, but again, that's this recurring thing keeps popping up where I'm like, I just need more. I want to do more things that challenge me. I want to do, not to say what, like even like the Clayman, for example. It's such a fun, silly movie idea. It's not even like a original thing. It's just, literally a kid that sculpts a clay head, and then it literally comes alive as a fully realized man and tries to kill him. It's a really simple, fun movie. I'm just trying to go back to what I loved about art and filmmaking in general, which is this allows me to, it really challenges me in a way where I got to do the VFX for everything. I got to shoot the damn thing. I got to write it. I got to direct it. I got to do the costume design. I got to cast it. I got to do the props. And Travis Casey, the guy that you know met Travis, he the guy that acted, he was even, he was nice enough to help even like buy props and stuff. So you have your team and stuff. And that's another thing too I also really liked about filmmaking as well, is it's a team sport. It's not just this thing where it's not like a jiu-jitsu thing where you can just go and just you're a one-man army and it's all. And I don't get me wrong, I love that aspect because the more you play a team sport, the more you realize, dude, if I was just me, dude, I'd fucking you don't depend on it. And that has its own thing too. But I like the challenge of being good for the sake of the team. And that was another thing that later in life I realized, I actually really like the team aspect of this because that's fucking hard as shit too. Getting a team of people together to do anything at all is fucking hard as shit. And I've really fallen in love with that aspect more than ever. As much as it's always been a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong, especially when you're working with a micro budget or whatever. But yeah, man, it's always just been about kind of acknowledging I need to be entertained, I think, or like entertain. I use that word loosely. I mean like literally like entertain, like sit back in it. But I got to be figuring out the truth of things through art, because I think it's a least explored subject, I guess you could say. But it's like with acting, right? Let's say you're acting. It's like, well, I would do my line this way, and then it's like, well, I would do it like this, and it's like, well, both of us don't know the truth. That's interesting, because most things in life we do know the truth. It's just you're being dishonest and you don't really want to accept it. But that's different from us going, no, we really don't know why I would do it like this and you would do it like that, because we're both right in some regard, but we're also both wrong in other aspects of. So let's get into that shit, whatever that is, and it's not even that it's gonna. You're unlocking something about something so nuanced that most people don't have the time to think about, and that's, I think, what really gets me interested. Like, dude, I'd fucking watch, and this is pretentious as fuck too, but I'll just say it. but it's just the truth. Like, I would literally watch. I'd watch these like 3-hour long theoretical physicists, or these seminars of these theoretical physicists lined up on a stage, just talk about the current state of, and I'm sure I know damn well you.
No, I've never done that.
But that's what's always, and I have to know what the fuck the terminology was, but I was just, enough about the common sense of what's already out in the world, and it's fucking boring. It's like, yeah, I know, but give me something new and interesting. Like, it's just.
What are you looking for, Brian?
I have no idea. To ask my fucking wiring that, because I honestly have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
But I'm happy when I'm in the process of trying to get closer to that. Because I mean, and I'll say this too, because it is interesting to me too to really go down this rabbit hole, because I don't really talk about this at all. But even like fucking, and this is something as silly as working on a short film where you're literally, and I didn't think I'd be able to do it, to be honest. I was like, man, I'm gonna fucking have to make literally a full size clay monster man come to life.
Yeah.
And it's a silly, childish thing to think about it in those terms. But the reality, the way I look at it, I'm going, no, but there's a lot of technical shit that I got to learn about practical effects, about
camera
positioning, lighting. I got to understand a lot of shit. I got to put a lot of time. I got to be disciplined. I got all these things to make that come to life. Now, a lot of artists, I think, like to say, filmmakers or whatever, and this is what I can't stand about fucking artists. This shit fucking pisses me off. One of the things that they do, I know you've probably heard this from people. They go, hey, they do something really quick because they're happy they accomplished it, right? And they go, hey, I'm done. I did it. And then someone will come along, they show their work to, and they go, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not, you did it. But, I mean, I didn't realize you were after just doing it. I thought you wanted good results. I thought you wanted to hit like a standard and like make people excited to go, oh fuck, that's cool. And if that's what you're after, fine, but it looks like shit. And then artists, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is what? Hey man, it's subjective. You just don't get it. It's like, it's not. It's actually not subjective.
Guess what? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And dude,
I don't. So sorry.
Yeah. Well, and don't get me wrong. Like there's that battle where a lot of times the artist is wrong and the audience is right. The artist goes, no, you just made a shitty movie. And sometimes the artist is right and the audience is too fucking dumb. And there's this weird game. But that's what's interesting to me. It's like finding that, well, no, who is right and who is wrong and why? Like really why from a logical perspective. But art allows you to really get in the weeds of that and find out real shit. So like when I did this Clayman monster thing, I'm doing these visual effects shots. We shot all practically and shit just because I had to, because I was too broke to do it the right way and just pay a CGI artist to do a 5-second shot for like $3,000. You did it the right way. Yeah, dude. Well, now here's what comes full circle, right? So this is where it like, don't get me wrong, the shots I did, I was so proud of. I was like, dude, these are fucking... And I spent fucking weeks on a 5-second shot, and it looked fucking badass. And I was just like, I'd be like, oh my, I can't believe this looks fucking... And I would show it to people, and they'd be like, oh... Like, I get like real fucking like guttural... Yeah. Like holy... Oh, shit, you actually did something... This looks like a... And it's always a funny compliment to get, where you're like, this is like a real movie. Like...
What do you mean?
Thought it was gonna be a shitty movie. Like, what a real movie?
By the way, it's a fake movie.
Yeah, so. yeah. What does that mean? Multiple. What does that mean? You thought I was gonna like shit because I'm an idiot? What do you? Yeah. But that's really. But I get what the sentiment is. They're just going, oh shit, this actually looks good. You actually accomplished something. Not just you did it and it looks like shit, but you have the escape of saying, oh, it's subjective. You just don't get. So to me, it was like just getting a real reaction of people, objectively so, across the board as much as possible. And you never really win that battle, too, by the way. But that's what again makes it more interesting. Is you go, well, why not win that battle? Why? What am I not getting about my craft or what I'm missing to really get this, to nail it across the board with every person I show it to. Why not? And I'm not saying I'll never win that battle. No one does. But the closer I can get to winning those battles, the more I'm going to know about what I'm doing wrong, and to get something done where I can really feel like, no, I did everything right. And you're just not going to win some of those battles. But like, I redid some of those visual effects shots with some AI tools that I have access to now.
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Traitor. And it really just elevated the material to the point where you're learning more about that tool now, and that's become more inspiring. So now I'm just like, oh fuck this. It's not that it wasn't like it opens up a new world of things, but it just allows me to process more things quicker, actually. And I think that's what most tools do. They just make you process shit quicker. You're not sitting there trying to reshoot something. Like when I did the Clayman thing, my older brother played the monster, and he had to wear a clay mask. And don't get me wrong, it looked fucking dumb as shit when we were shooting it.
Right.
And that's what makes me go, oh fuck, I don't know if I'm going to pull this off. I think I bit off more like, gee, this looks fucking stupid. But I had all these people here. I've been talking about this movie. This is before I start promoting it and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, this has to look cool. It has to look great.
Right.
In fact, why was I telling people I was even doing anything?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking loser. What am I doing?
Yeah.
But I've already expected out of myself, and I'm gonna do it.
Well, you didn't give yourself a choice.
That's what it was. I didn't give myself an out, man.
Hey, everybody, go home.
Yeah.
This sucks. I'm
I'm
retarded. See ya.
I won't be able to figure it out.
No, you know, and that's what you're talking about earlier with being the adult. Like, oh, I guess I'm the guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Again, what other choice do I have?
That's like a great piece of motivation for anyone that wants to do some sort of project. Like, just get to a position where you can't back out. And I know 94.
Fuck.
They talk about burning the boats or whatever, and you can see all the motivational videos and whatnot. But like when you're really there, you're
it's
like,
corny,
damn,
but a lot is true though, man.
Shouldn't have burned all those boats.
Yeah,
but I think it's a good place.
But knowing you're there, what else are you gonna do?
Right.
And make
the fucking movie.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the only chance you have.
Yeah.
It might still turn out like shit.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, people can watch it and they can do, this is fucking
But
trash.
you did it.
Yeah.
And you had to.
Yeah.
So
that data alone is valuable to me, and that I can say, oh, they hate it for X, Y, and Z reasons. Now that'll haunt me at night, and I will be the best at that.
Fuck them.
You know what I mean?
Fuck them. Who cares? Like, do you know who they are? Do you know their name? Do you lie awake at night and think about Joe Schmo on Facebook because he's like, we need to fucking Clayman. Who cares?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't care about
Brittany
those
says,
guys.
I'm proud of you. All right.
Yeah, and that honestly. Yeah, that's what it is too. It's like if you watched it, Brittany watched it, Travis watched it, Andrew watched it, people I really respect and I trust. I know it's not some fucking troll. And they go,
and it's not the last one you're gonna make.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and
so that's great, awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I can justify it in my head and say, but I don't want to justify it too, though. That's where because that's what's exciting to me, and maybe I'm a weirdo like that. Maybe I think in some part of me is flawed in that way, but I'm happy to be flawed there as long as I know I'm happy fixing that flaw, because ultimately that's whatever it is about me that's what makes me happy, and there's no other way I can get around. Like, you've probably experienced this when you moved out to LA, right? It was, we both know that LA was going to be, we both knew rather, LA was going to be a fucking shit show. It wasn't going to be this thing where no one was going to fucking welcome you with opening arms, and they're going to be like, hey man, welcome to the club, welcome to the
I might have been pretty delusional.
I was delusional.
I was manifesting that shit.
Yeah, dude, I was delusional about...
It was a slow decline into reality.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I am average.
Yeah.
Just below average. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and my thing was, I was delusional about, and maybe that's what was the one thing I was fucking delusional about? I would say maybe the amount of time that it was going to take. And I wasn't going to be like day one, obviously, but it was, I would say like 10 years. I was like, if I don't get to where I want to be, I can't remember what one of the little, it was a little goal.
Isn't that funny how he set a time limit?
Yeah, that's what
I did the same thing.
Well, then, and little did we know, I was like, if I don't get, let's say, I was like, if I don't meet like a studio executive through a friend of a friend or something, and this is kind of a logical thing. If I don't meet someone through a friend of a friend to at least get my work exposed to that person, then I'm done. It's time-wise. It's not even about skill or work ethic. It's just...
Why?
Well, that's as a kid, you just go, I want to be in this system. I need the money to make my movies.
Why not until it happens? Like, why did we put a time limit on it?
Like,
in 10 years, if we're not doing this, like, I will fucking do this.
Well, because
if it takes my whole fucking life to attempt this, I'm gonna keep going. Well, if I'm in my fucking tomb or my what do you call it? Coffin, and I didn't make it, it doesn't matter. I didn't give up. I didn't go 10 years is up. I'm done. Yeah. Well, I did the same thing. So I'm not shitting on
I hear it. No, I hear it loud and clear, man. Because my thing, I was the same way, and you went through this too. I'm sure of it. As soon as that goal doesn't get accomplished, because we create that sort of time frame based on
exactly based on what?
I was going to say negligence, but it's not. We're not negligent anyway. We're just on ignorance. We base a time frame based on ignorance. Now, but we know. But I wouldn't even say the reason why I struggle to figure out the word is it's not because I'm trying to. And honestly, and this is what I don't like about writing. There's some words that just literally haven't been created yet, and that's why I think writing is a very primitive art form that I can't stand.
I wanted to make a Reddit subreddit called "Need a Word For."
Yeah, no,
and
for
just
sure.
Have I can't think of one off the top of my head, but like those moments where it's like. When this happens to you and then you feel this way, like need a word for that.
Yeah, and people don't create words anymore.
No, we're actually losing words.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of words based on these fucking.
We need more.
The algorithms. Yeah, because they're not getting pushed up.
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos? You use like negative, like I'm sad, I'm depressed.
No,
your post goes down.
Oh, when you're not into the keyword.
Based on based on like what words you use in your post, either it gets pushed or pushed down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like
vaguely, yeah.
So these words.
I get the concept of what you're saying. Sorry.
The videos that I'm watching could be totally false, but the videos that I'm watching are arguing that
AI got you.
that these words are being deleted, but not forcefully. Just they call it drift. It's just a drift.
I see what you're saying.
It's just like slowly pushing. A society in this direction. Like, we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
I posted a video the other day, not to hijack this conversation, but they posted this video the other day talking about you can't say rape, you can't say sexual assault, you can't say, what was the other one? There was another word.
They try to get rid of
murder. They can't say murder, right?
Really?
What do they? Oh, yeah. What do they say?
Unalive. Unalive people. Yeah.
SA is sexual assault. So like it's already our language is being formed, which is like that's
it's all about habit too. Once you get the habits right, it's gone.
Well, we are all slaves to the algorithm.
Yeah,
like you want people to validate your video or validate your post, and it's like, well, if I say that or if I take that stance or so it's a slow carve of society. We're being shaped.
Yeah.
And we think we're in control. It's like, no, we're not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's another thing too. When the whole when is these and I got to be honest with you too. I don't know if I believe the fucking the whole AI. I don't know. I wouldn't say like singularity thing, but I would just say the AI general intelligence thing. As much as people, I don't even know who the fuck's pushing this shit. But you catch wind of it sometimes, and you're going, really? You think that's gonna fucking? Now, I'm not saying I can't imagine a future where that does, because I can imagine a lot of fucking stupid shit. But I also don't. I just don't. It's a lot like with the AI thing. I think a lot of people are scared of the whole AI revolution. Are the same people that have never actually really fucking done anything in the world of needing the AI, knowing what it's good at and what it sucks at. Like I got one of my friends, actually a friend of Andrew and ours. His name's Andrew and mine. His name's Ross Martin. Super fucking smart guy, and he would do a lot of like back end programming and stuff. And actually at the time when I just started writing screenplays, and I was a fucking idiot in like high school or something. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was just kind of getting in the weeds, just enough to kind of get a grasp. Okay, I see what I need to work on and how to be good, but I just started to get into it. And I'd go to his house, and he was actually living with Andrew at the time, and Ross would just be fucking programming away. And he was at Pitt State at the time.
This guy live in Austin? Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew's talked about me. I guess he's big into Bitcoin and stuff.
Yeah, doing super well. Fucking awesome dude. And super smart. And actually, he was a guy that taught me how to build computers and whatnot. Just that one of those guys. And
Ross, by the way, the podcast has a Bitcoin wallet, and you can donate to it. You can donate to it.
Yeah, don't be stingy, Ross, you fucking cheap bastard.
Don't insult him. He's not going to say
He's a cheap bastard, and he knows it. And I would come over to his house, and I'd see him programming stuff, and he would just kind of, like, what are you up to? And he's like, I'm doing this thing called Bookster, and it's a website where you can basically go. It's kind of like Facebook for buying used college books at the time. And it was always a really cool idea. But I was always more interested in the way he would design and program things, and the way he would fuck with the code and stuff, and the way. But I would sit down next to him while he was doing it. I just kind of watch him, and usually I was like ask him, "Hey man, my North bridge is out on my motherboard. How do I know if it's really my North bridge or my South bridge?"
Oh, his bridge?
Well, yeah, because like on a motherboard, there was always like your North bridge is basically your fucking the middleman between your like graphics processor, your graphics card, and your fucking I don't know, RAM
CPU?
or some bullshit.
Oh, the RAM.
Or yeah, it might be the CPU. Yeah, I forget. But no, it was always some stupid bullshit question about. I think my North bridge is my problem. My computer wouldn't start sometimes, so I'd be like, man, what the fuck? I need to go talk to Ross.
Yeah.
So I go over there, sit down.
I like this guy.
Yeah, no, yeah. I would just start asking these questions, and he'd just be like, dude, what? You're what? I don't fucking know, dude. He didn't have the time for
fucking
it.
pea brain.
Yeah, dude. And it was just like, and I'm just like, dude, I need to borrow your fucking graphics card to see if it's not my graphics card, and we just swap parts all the time.
Yeah.
I probably annoyed the fuck out of him for that, but I learned a lot. It's a 2-player game, fixing computers.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I just watched Ross. But anyway, so because I annoyed him, he would annoy me, and he'd say, "Hey, man, you want to know what I'm doing in this programming shit?" But he would just talk to me poetically about what he's doing with the code and how like interested he was in this, and if he had this problem, it means this. But the way he would talk about it reminded me a lot of just writing a screenplay. And I'm just like, dude, this is like, and this was pretty early on in my life, and I kind of picked up things about different, and like even like art in general to me is kind of a loaded term. It when you hear the word art, you think of like finger painting and doing something with colors in some way, shape, or form, right? You don't think of like just a creativity thing, right? And I think really art is just using creativity to solve really hard problems. I think that's really what it is. Like everything's always about expressing yourself. Why is it always about fucking art? It's not exclusive to art. Everyone's like expressing themselves when they build a prototype of anything. You're expressing yourself to solve a problem. Like just because it revolves around paint or fucking a pencil or a fucking camera, all of a sudden it's an art. To me that never made sense. Mm-hmm. And even like jiu-jitsu, boxing, it's all an art. Like it's all relative. It's all connected in some way, shape, or form. But the way Ross was talking about programming, for the first time ever, it really sunk in. Like, oh, dude, you're an artist. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, what? I'm a programmer. And I go, no, dude, you're fucking. But even then I was wrong, and I was putting a label on in that regard. But that's what I was kind of getting at. I'm like, dude, no, you're like me. You just chose a different medium, and we all have our own medium, whether it's fucking podcasting, acting, whatever. And it's just we just hyper fucking focus on whatever it is that really our brain is wired to do better than someone else. And then the competition aspect comes in later, where you're like, well, if that's what really makes me happy, and there's only a certain amount of spots to make money off of that, then I guess I'm in competition with other people, so I better be the fucking best. Mm-hmm. And if not, either you're a pussy or you're something else I can't think of. But the reality is, in my mind, it was never other than, well, I'm going to be the best. There's no other option. I want to be the fucking best. Because that was just always in my nature. Maybe because that's a guy thing. It might be exclusive to a guy thing. Maybe girls don't think about it like that. But for me, it was just, that's also part of my mind. I'm like, I want to be the fucking best.
Well, there's no other way to become the best.
Yeah, man. Well,
I'll
settle for second best, third best.
That's probably not a great
place.
Those.
Yeah, I put those standards up. Mm-hmm. Like when you learn jiu-jitsu, I'm looking at fucking Gordon Ryan's shit. I'm looking at John Danaher. I'm looking at fucking Firas Zahabi. I'm looking at fucking George St. Pierre, fucking John Jones, a litany of other guys. And I'm looking at all these things. I'm not being like dogmatic about what I've been taught to think is good. I'm looking at like John Jones. People don't talk about John Jones' creativity. Like I look at John Jones like a fucking artist. I don't look at him like not in a pretentious way. I just mean literally like a creative problem solver. He's using the body, and people do kind of talk about like that in MMA, but it's really just creative problem solving, and he just focuses on it in that way. He's not dressing like an artist. He's not talking like a pretentious. He's just fucking. It's really interesting to him to fuck guys up with his body. Like it's just that's what it is, and it's just a medium, And he doesn't have to fucking use a paintbrush or a fucking camera to do it. But he's honestly, I will say this too. I've been hearing the word masterpiece. People saying they want to paint masterpieces in MMA, which is fucking corny as shit.
I wonder what the definition.
You don't need to say that. Because technically a masterpiece is something that's like it's your definitive work,
right?
Which
masterpiece.
It should never be your masterpiece because you should always be chasing after the next thing. Should always be your masterpiece. So to say you want to, in the sense in the short term, I get what the sentiment is. Like you want to, the next thing should be your best. But the way they use it is kind of like it's my one and only definitive thing, because that's really what a masterpiece means. It's not me. It doesn't mean chasing yourself in the way that I want to beat me the next time I beat it. This next fight, it's going to be that's my thing, and then the next fight it might not be a masterpiece, but at least I did one. Well,
I would argue
always
that
crushing it always.
Yeah, I would argue that the masterpieces of great artists or great humans throughout history, like no one ever planned on that being their masterpiece.
That's what it is.
They did a whole bunch of stuff, and then just that one, you know. I don't think J.K. Rowling thought Harry Potter was going to be her master, but
no.
I don't think she's going to write anything better than that. I mean, not to like shoot her down or nothing, but it's like, no, you won.
Well, fucking George Lucas.
You slam dunked it.
No, exactly. George Lucas never wanted Star Wars to be his masterpiece.
I doubt it.
He was into more pretentious sci-fi films before he made. It was only when the director of The Godfather, Coppola, challenged him to fucking do a fun kids movie, and he's like, I can do that. And he's like, yeah, sure, it's whatever, and he did it but again, it forced him to not be pretentious,
right?
To get into the truth of common sense psychology, and then later on in life, he's like, well, I want to make the best Star Wars thing ever.
Yeah.
And to your point, it's like he kind of went down the rabbit hole, being a little more pretentious, and he got into like the political world building of Star Wars with the prequels and stuff, which is like, all right, you're losing the kids, dude. Is it about kids? Is it about making kids entertained, or is it about you doing politics in Star Wars?
Right.
I do think the prequels are underrated too, for that matter. Agreed. I think people give them a lot of shit when they're really fun movies.
Well, yeah, you can't take them too serious,
but they're still good.
Yeah, for sure.
But it ultimately comes back to just making fun shit in the way that you're just challenging yourself and you're not taking yourself too seriously. Because I've done that, man. You've done that.
Well, I think art is discovery, right?
Yeah.
So if you're like,
I'm pretentious, I want to move past this and move past it, you know?
Right.
But that's like the first phase, right? Yeah, yeah.
That's tough.
Easier said than done to a lot of people.
Yes. Oh, we absolutely. I mean, I would think that was the number one or one of the hardest things to do for an artist or for a person. Yeah, that's why I keep bringing up identity, is because everybody associates, and they have such great value in their identity. We wear it on our shirts. I got an affliction shirt. Yeah. What do you think about me? I'm tough.
Yeah.
I don't even train.
Tap out, bro.
Tap out. Sure. Right. We're always projecting this identity. Yeah. This is who I am. And I don't know if that's our culture. I don't know if we've been programmed to do that, to like let people know who you are. I actually think we have been. Express yourself, you know. We're always told that through commercials. Yeah. Like, what brand defines you? Now I'm going down Fight Club route. You know, what brand defines you? Oh, Brian drives a fucking BMW. Yeah. He's trying to say something. So we're always trying to communicate
it's a Bugatti, actually.
to each other based on our identity. But I have experienced association too closely with a desired identity, which has locked me up and has not allowed me to perform, because it's like, if I perform and I don't match this identity, I fucking suck. Yeah. So what do? I just stay right here. Yeah. I just stay right here. Yeah. That's what you asked about acting. The reason I went to LA for acting was I needed validation. I was looking for outside myself validation.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what was the because we never really kind of got in the weeds of that. What was the validation that you were going for?
Oh,
yeah, because we never. I don't think we ever. I mean, we've a little bit here and there.
It's like what level you want to go to.
Yeah. Let's go deep.
You want to go deep. Validation in the sense of, okay, you did something good. You are valuable as a human. That was, if you keep dropping down to that lowest level, it's my dad. I want my dad to give me validation. Okay. I want dad to say I'm proud. You know, it's like the whole like dreams. You decorate the characters however you want, but I decorated my dad as the world. You know, I'm gonna go out. What's the greatest validation I could have? Yeah, a fucking Oscar. I got a fucking Oscar.
100%.
The world loves me. I have some sort of value. Yeah. I did.
I still want that. You're telling me you don't want that now?
I don't think that's not right to want.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong to worship.
Yeah.
Or the intent, because now because I've done the work throughout the years and, you know, gone down to the depths of everything. Now I can act freely, like movie acting, because I don't care. I don't need the validation. Like, I just want to act good. Like, if you cast me in one of your movies, I'm not going to be like, I got to fucking do so good that everyone's like crying or coming over and saying that's the best act. I don't care.
You just want to do your best
work regardless. I'm going to try my best, and at the end of the day, I'm going to go home, because that identity has no association with my value. Because my value comes from me. Yeah. My validation. If I say I did a good job, if I'm proud of what I did, if I did the best that I could that day and I know it, okay. What else do I got to do? I don't need your fucking validation.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people don't have that. I think a lot of people, they get stuck in this road. It's like you're pointing out earlier, where they just can't. This is me, and I can't. If I do this, then that's not me. And it's like, well, you're missing the point. It's like you become. Someone else is writing your life, and you become that defined character that you cannot get out. You're a cartoon version of yourself.
It's a loop.
You can't get out of that because you've defined. And I think there's a lot of validity.
Which is ironic.
Very valid to think that.
Fucking ironic, because it never allows you to act and to develop into that person, into the identity that you want. That you see.
Yeah.
Because you say, oh, if I do this and I'm not that identity immediately, then I'm a loser. And it's like, oh, so funny. If you would have just done that step and that step and that step, eventually you become the person that you see.
Okay. But let me ask you this. Okay. So because I'm right there with you. I was always wanting to impress my dad too. And one of the reasons why I got into movies was probably from my dad. I mean, but again, and I always ask that question, was like, well, but was that before or after? And I think it was a little bit after, though, because I would say before I could even tell anyone, like literally, before I was a social enough human being, I was always into fucking art and movies and stuff. But my dad was one of those people where it's like, well, I want to impress him with what I want to be as a way to measure my progress in that, which is going to allow me to be even happier. And I think that's where I'm coming from. But at the same time, it's interesting when you say that, I'm thinking, but what drove you to be an actor? Was that your dad? Did your dad drive you to be an actor, or you wanted to be an actor prior? Or was there, and not even an actor, but you even open that sort of aperture up wider and go, was there something else in the world of performing, and then you just chose actor before your dad? Is it the before the dad thing or after the dad?
Well, I think it's
made you become an actor.
It's a multifaceted thing, right? Because I've shed the desire to be a filmmaker. Like, okay, well, I guess this is just all rooted in psychological childhood upbringing.
Yeah.
I'm not a filmmaker, and I shed it for a while. I'm like, well, damn it, I am. Like, I am. I'm called to be that. I'm called to do something creative, just like you are.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as a one and done. I see it as like this multifaceted photo, and it's like, okay, I'm drawn to this thing, but there are also things in my way that are clouding the picture.
Yeah.
And they're keeping me from being fully engaged with this thing, whether it's, desired validation from someone that I need, or, association with an identity that I think if I were to achieve it, I would actually have value and purpose in the world. False. There's all these things that I have to they're like Rubik's Cube, or they're like locks in my way, and I have to like unlock. Yeah. But in the back I can see. It's something creative and cameras and I'm good at it. I can do this.
Yes, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And there's not a word for that.
I believe you.
There's not a word for that, by the way. But I know what you're talking. I know exactly what you're going for.
Can't think of one.
And my thing is, it's like, I think, first of all, I've never even seen you act. But I want to see.
I'm acting right now, dude. I'm
a
podcast host. Welcome back to the Sci-Fi and Friends podcast.
Do you have a reel or anything? I've never seen.
Dude, I haven't acted in a TV show, in a video since I was in California.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
you
did a bunch of short films.
Send me something.
Oh god,
because I want to see. I gotta see something.
I'll film something more recent, because that's like 21-year-old Colton, dude. Bunch of drama. I kissed a girl.
Okay.
In a rain scene.
Okay.
That was fun.
Nice,
definitely,
man.
Was like, damn.
Nice.
I love you. It made sense of like, why do all these celebrities fall in love? Yeah. I kissed a girl like 3 times. I'm like,
character, dude.
I need you. I'm lonely in LA.
My character, yeah.
No, it was pretty cool though.
Yeah. Well, okay, so after that, because it was just I've never even actually fucking asked for your reel and shit. I know you're probably good at, because you're like, I think a lot of people too.
I'm better at behind the camera, bro.
Well, I'll say this.
Acting's just fun.
Yeah,
because it's fun.
Well, you're a very like loose, fucking easygoing dude. You're an open-minded guy enough to where you don't really take things seriously in the best way possible. And you're also really a smart guy. But a lot of people, I feel like, I've actually talked to a couple people. I won't name names just because I'm sure they're kind of embarrassed. But I don't know why they would be. I just get the sense. I could be wrong.
That's the safe path.
Yeah. But I've named, but like the last, so now that we got the short film done and everything.
Yes.
I've been slowly opening my mind up to casting and stuff, and I've been looking at, and I need to cast like 17-year-old people or whatever. But I'm not trying to cast a 17-year-old. But a lot of times 17-year-olds can't act worth a shit. But I need someone that looks 17. So I'm casting like 25-ish. That's a cutoff. But I've looked around my social circle. I'm like, oh, you can pull off 25.
Right.
You can pull off. You can, whatever. And I'm like, hey, and I've just been approaching people like a psycho casting director, like a creep. Hey, have you ever think about?
You want to come in and read for me?
Yeah.
That is kind of tough.
But again, dude, and that's another thing where it's like I've never even wanted to be that person.
Yeah.
But that's what I think where, like, the identity thing for me was never. It's like I wanted to be a casting director, to be good at casting, to win an award or whatever, or to like impress. It was always just, I just want to make good movies to impress myself, and if I impress other people, then I know I'm maxing out my capacity in terms of what I'm built to do. And if I don't, I'm not really giving my tribe the best version of me, and I'm letting them down as a result of that. When I look at the kind of the way that ends, I think. But to get back to the casting thing, it was always like I've never wanted to walk up to people and say, "Hey, would you want to audition?" And
you don't think that way,
dude? No.
I see people like even at the fights.
It's so
I'll
weird.
see someone interesting.
It's so weird.
I'm like, I've never done this, but I'm like, can I take a picture of you? Like, I just feel like you're unique.
Yeah, okay.
Human. Like,
okay.
I don't know.
How do they respond? What do they do?
I've never done it.
Oh, you've wanted.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think that. I
like,
see
so
people
do that. I'm like,
no, I probably should.
Yeah, you should.
Like, I'll see an interesting person. I'm like, you know what? You could play. You could play meth head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What?
But in a good way, like in a depth. You
got
character.
You got a
like
lot of
struggle
character in your face. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they'd probably be happy to fucking sit there and talk your ear off about their fucking story because they probably went through a lot of shit.
Most people do.
And I think that's a real thing, man. I think a lot of people do. And funny enough, man, that's how it is with casting. I see someone, I go, you strike me as a person that just that and it's not even like a fucking acting thing, man. It's just like you've been enough shit. You've been through I can see it in your face,
right?
That you've been through enough shit to where you deal in reality enough to know when I ask you to be an actor, you can say, "Oh yeah, no, I've been through those motions. I can do that. I can cut the shit and do it."
They may be terrible at acting. They may just have no talent whatsoever, which is fine. That's fine.
No, and I think
then we don't we just say we have a really unique look and good luck.
He's got 3 lines. Fucking we can ADR it after. Just get the fucking visual and we'll fucking. No, but you're right, 100%. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, they can pull off the look. Now I can take their experience, or the lack of experience rather, and as a director and pull it out of them. I just need the potential, and they're willing to try and not be scared to fail. And I actually envy the fuck out of people that do. I love actors for that reason because I'm like, dude, I don't want to be in front of a camera. I fucking hate. Do not put me in front of. I can't stand it. It's just a weird.
Don't look over here.
It's a weird thing. It's a very bizarre thing to have a camera on you, and it's only because
especially when it's not you.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, it's an experience thing. You've never been in front of a camera. It's a psychological thing. It has nothing to do with.
All right, and the shark is biting your leg.
Yeah,
the shark is biting.
Yeah.
Go action.
Yeah, it's
action, Brian.
I can't. Yes,
action.
Yeah,
the shark is biting your leg.
It's not a shark.
You're in pain, deep pain. Your life is flashing before your eyes. You're about to die.
See, I can't do that. Now, see. I would have to get psyched up for that shit.
Okay, I might have gone to a pretty deep scene. No, like right out the back.
I'm about 6 shots deep into what do we got here? What's that called?
Elijah Craig.
Yeah, Elijah Craig.
Well, how many for a shark attack scene?
Dude, I'm like, well, I guess what Quentin, when he was eating, he was fucking drunk as shit, wasn't he? At the end of Jaws, he was hammered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Because I mean, not the actor, but his character was.
Haven't seen Jaws.
So technically, I'm method acting right now, and I just failed the fucking meat.
No, I mean to be able to go to a place like that.
But it's hard, dude.
That's hard.
Be an actor.
That's
it's like, people,
hard.
what the fuck you do? You're a weirdo. What are you talking about? Act. But I always envied actors in that way where
it's like you almost have to turn your brain off.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's almost like you have a script.
Hard thing to do.
You're like, go for this when I go, and then you run the script, but you're not aware of the script being run.
It takes a shitload of confidence.
Oh, and focus.
Yeah.
Yes. It literally takes the most confidence. because confidence trips in to pure fucking delusion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
you are playing pretend.
Yeah,
like you have to be delusional. Like you have to pretend so hard.
Yeah. You got to be delusional in front of the camera. I got to be delusional behind the camera.
But that's
where we relate.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then be so delusional and then turn it off.
Yeah. 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 And
that's
then
tough.
Was that good?
That's tough,
want me to do another one?
Yeah. You got tears running out of your eyes. Your fucking eyeballs are all red.
Yeah. But
that's
dude,
tough.
but to get an actor to nail that, dude, it's the most awesome thing in the world, man. Like because again, like when you fuck around with art and any other medium, it's all you and it's a one player game. I can do whatever I want on a piece of paper with fucking whether it's with a pencil or if I'm fucking around with paint, a sculpture, clay, whatever. But with filmmaking, it's on another level. Aside from using all those art forms in one, whether you're doing costume design or whatever, you got another human being standing in front of you, and you're putting a camera and going, I need you to trust me that this is going to look good.
Yes.
And I need you to take my direction, that it's going to look even better with my dumb ass telling you it's bad and it's good and to keep doing more of this. That feels worse, actually. So, like, if you ever direct going, do more of that, no, it's not good. And you're like, are you sure? Because it feels fucking stupid when I do more of what you're asking me to do.
Yes.
And they're going, no, it looks better when it feels stupid. And you go, I'll keep being stupid.
Oh, I've done that.
And dude, I can't do that. That's not within me, dude. It's not.
I've done that hundreds of times.
It's not, but it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of fucking confidence. And it takes a lot of intelligence to know, you know what? I think I know what he's going for. Mm-hmm. And instead of me looking like a jackass 50 takes before I get there, I'm just going to let me I think he's getting at this, I'm going to do this. Because a lot of times the directors, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're just kind of like, not that. That's really all we're doing.
Really?
Yeah. That's really all we're doing. Now, don't get me wrong, I have an image in my head that I like, if I don't get that, it's going to fucking kill me.
There are some. I'm much more of a filmmaker than an actor.
Yeah.
I know you're pushing that. I'm like, dude, I started as an actor and then slowly was like, Tarantino-ish. You know, I'm like Tarantino. Like me and Tarantino are the same. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But there's been many times where I have this camera and I'll say like, look this direction, and they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, just look.
Screen left, stupid. I just said it. Do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Move over here and look and do this. And they're like, what is he doing? I'm in my head. I'm editing. I'm like putting it like, okay, I need a high shot, looking over his eyes, and then what's he looking at? He's looking at, okay, I got this. Like I'm already editing in my head. Now there are scenes where I don't know what I want. Yeah. I know that someone's got to get eaten by a shark. Yeah. But I don't know if it's like a bird's eye view. I don't know if it's a POV. I have no idea. So let's just figure it out. You know, this isn't Paramount where I got the Hobbit. You know, I got a Hobbit budget. Yeah. Where it's like we have every storyboard, every fucking minute of this movie is paced out. You just hit a nerve with me. All right? No. You just hit a nerve with me. Let me go. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay. Because I love, it's definitely alcohol. But I love that you brought that up, man. Because, okay, let's settle in here. Yeah. Okay. So, and I don't, honest to God, I'm not trying to like shamelessly plug the short film, but a lot of what I've been doing. June 28th in Pittsburg, Kansas. That's right. At the Brick and Mortar. That's right. And now, okay, so before I fucking lose my train of thought here. Okay, so one of the things that I did recently that really made me realize what was possible in terms of lighting. I was fucking around with, okay, so the Clayman monster thing I was doing, and it sounds stupid as shit to keep bringing up, this clay monster man thing. But because it's so fucking stupid sounding, that's what makes it challenging as fuck. So I'm like, I have to make this look fucking scary. Right. It's got to look real. It's got to be grounded because it could look like you can make it stupid. Always Sunny. Very, very easy. Oh yeah, and I can get laughed at. I can get all. So to me, I'm like, that's what you want. No, and I don't want that. That's not what you want. But that's the challenge. Yeah, that's the challenge. That's what makes it exciting to me. Because it's called the Clayman. It's about what the fuck is that? By the way, that's scarier as shit, dude. Clayman is terrifying. I appreciate that. He looks terrifying. His fingers are terrifying. Yeah, thank you. The lighting. Yeah. I appreciate it. Even the mask, you know, when you first show the mask, like that's a creepy ass mask. Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. And then when it's moving, it's like, oh. Yeah. And then I thought one of the best things you did was how tall you made him. Yeah, man. Dude, I appreciate that. That's scary. Yeah. Because like I'm a big guy, so if it's not like a threat, like I'll beat that fucking Clayman's ass. But I see it in the shot, and I'm like, oof. Yeah. Yeah. Like 6'6", if he was 6'8". Chucky tall, if he was fucking 2 feet. Creepy, punt him. Creepy, but I could punt him. Right, and that kind of goes back into the sort of psychology of it, man. And I'm really glad you mentioned that too, because
Did I ever mention the Lucas Foster guy to you?
Yes.
Okay,
He's the LA kid.
No, Gustavo would be
okay.
a friend of mine who's a producer.
Yeah.
So Lucas Foster was, I want to say I did. I'm sorry if I can't remember half the time who I fucking mentioned these fucking assholes too. Okay, not that he's an asshole, but he's an asshole.
I feel like you need a cigarette while you're
yeah, I know, dude.
He's fucking.
I got
assholes.
I got love-hate relationships with these guys. Lucas was cool as fuck. When I met him on a Skype call, actually, I think a couple times, but really nice guy. I'm not trying to say he's an asshole.
He already did.
But he's an asshole. And
you better not be messaging me after this like, you gotta
delete that part where
you gotta fucking cut it out.
Did I say it 3 times? I think I said it 3 times. You gotta delete it. Because Lucas Foster was the producer of Ford versus Ferrari and Morbius,
cool.
The executive producer, and he did like fucking Jeepers Creepers 2, Crimson Tide, I think, fucking Mr. and Mrs. Smith, fucking that was that one Gerard Butler movie, Law Abiding Citizen. He did, fucking awesome producer. Couldn't have, dude. I saw half those movies in theaters.
Yeah,
and I remember thinking at the time, my business partner that still lives in LA, he reached out to me and he goes, dude. I wrote a couple. I was writing screenplays like fucking crazy, and I really thought I figured out the structural stuff and plot and character and whatnot. And I sent screenplays off, and they got interested in stuff. Anyway, so we do Skype calls. Actually, right during the pandemic when no one was supposed to be making movies. Right. It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I got a Skype call with this guy. I didn't even think it was going to happen until the day it happened. I'm like, oh fuck, that's the real guy, because I did my research. But anyways, cool as fuck. Lucas was a cool, really nice, cool dude, and but nonetheless, we got onto this thing where I did a lot of concept art from stuff. I was doing these like treatments and things. It just kind of went nowhere. Just this kind of LA bullshit.
Development hell, right?
Dude, it was
what they call.
Yeah, it was all development hell, and I basically I got to the point where I was just like, dude, I can't sit around waiting for all these producers to make things happen for me. Because again, it's like it's a rat race. I only have a certain amount of time in my life to produce something, and I'm bored out of my fucking mind sitting here telling you I wrote a great screenplay. I can prove to you I wrote a great screenplay, and a lot of it, and I'm not even fucking with you, and a lot of them are like, oh, these are great screenplays, they're great,
right?
But a lot of these guys, they want to rewrite shit. They want, just because they see things in their own mind, which I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. I would do the same, trust me. But when you're a victim to someone else's money, it kind of becomes this thing where, oh, I'm at the mercy of their will. So I'm off this train. Bye. Right. Thank you guys. Bye. I'm going to go make my career happen.
And where do you,
Exactly. I'm going to go do my thing. And thanks, but no thanks. And then that's when I started doing the short and whatnot. But when I was doing the Clayman thing, I was looking at, in terms of lighting and stuff, I was looking at this. So when I shot the mask, it was literally a clay mask, because I had to, when I was going to shoot it, I was like, I have to have an actor wear a mask,
right? And
then I could build the rest more or less in After Effects, but it's basically CGI. It's just fucking more rudimentary CGI,
right?
And but when I would take a picture of this mask, whether it's sitting on a table to look like a sculpture of a head, a clay chunk of a head or whatever, or at the end of the movie when he's alive and he's a fucking dude and he's got nails and he's standing up, he's got shoulders and it's all this stuff. When I was doing that shot I sent you earlier, it was like I just playing with the mask looks awful. It looks stupid.
Yeah.
But when I lit it a certain way, and I'm talking like it's just me in my living room, I was lighting it, and I was like, okay, this looks like shit. Mm-hmm. Why does it look like shit? Well, A, the mask looks like shit, but can I manipulate the shape of the head and the things in a way where I just utilize light. So just by moving lights around left and right, and just know, okay, here's my key light, here's my the back light, rather, here's the key light. I can literally reshape the mask. It's the same fucking mask, but just by positioning lights in certain ways and shapes, or rather, in certain ways, you can get a different shape out of the, and it completely, and just in Photoshop, like, so I kept the head still, and I just locked down the camera, and I moved the lights all around. So I basically did like I guess you can say like a CGI rendering of like a 360 of that mask. So I had full lighting all around. So I could take like 100 images of different light points all throughout and literally recreate the lighting scenario in Photoshop. And that's where I basically more or less rendered that image I sent to you and got exactly what I wanted. Because I can't fucking sit there and shoot it and go light it. And I can't literally see what I'm shooting by myself in my living room.
Right.
So by fucking with that, I got exactly what I wanted just because I had that access. And that experience before even AI shit kicks into gear is I think is everything. So now whenever I do some of these VFX shots, I'm looking at them and I'm going, okay, there's all these kids in like Africa and shit that have access to these tools too. And I'm not throwing out Africa random. I mean, literally, I know guys that are like CGI artists that were like wanting to charge me $3,000 to $5,000 for like a 5-star, which hey, then they should, because that's the amount of time it would take to get those shots rendered. And trust me, they would have been good, but they wouldn't have been good enough.
Yeah.
But with the knowledge to shoot things practically, and then to use AI to supplement that, to animate that practical thing, live action footage, rather. That is the difference between a good-looking AI shot and a bad one, and that's where a lot of CGI guys are freaking out when they really shouldn't be. Because it's like, dude, you guys have you're already ahead of the curve, man. You are the guys that should be dominating the AI industry right now. You have all this practical experience, whether it's with the digital customizable reality. You're already in that space. Just adapt this new tool into your workflow.
Right.
And now you're destroying every 100,000 kids that are living in these countries that don't even have literally an inkling of your experience.
Right.
To kind of figure out, oh, there's a line between, I can't just go into Cling AI or whatever and just go, make this clay monster look cool, because we all know if you light it wrong, it looks stupid. And the AI does that too. The AI makes the same mistake the human being makes. He goes, yeah, I know what cool is, and you go, no, it's not cool, dude. It looks stupid. So they're your audience in the same way you make a shitty movie, you show it to your friends, and they go, this looks like shit. Right. But you're still at square one. You just have this tool that you just don't have the experience to really know where it's good and bad at. And I think just obviously doing the short film, and kind of in a lot of ways you go through so many, like, and this is what I do love about being a one-man army in that way, where, and Travis did help me out a lot in as much as he could, but he's an actor. He's in front of the camera the whole time. He can't fucking, hey Brian, make sure, I think you're overexposed, your ISO is he can't see that shit. Right. Or half the time a fucking light is falling over. It's got a big softbox on it, whatever, and I gotta grab that while I'm fucking trying to pull focus on a shot that he nailed, and I don't want to ruin his take. Right. So there's all these variables. But it makes you really understand so many things that you would have never had the time to develop those skill sets and really get your ass. Like, you have to get your ass handed to you to really know what you're good at.
Well, you can't study it. Yeah. You can't watch a YouTube video on how to make a short film. Yeah, no. And the guy's by the way, when your light falls over because your softbox is too heavy, but your actor's giving a perfect performance and you're trying to pull focus, like, do this.
Yeah, noted.
Like, no, cool. You have that noted. Yeah. No, there's no that's the experience part of it.
Dude, I wanted to quit every day when I was shooting that. Well, every day. I was just like, why am I here? This is going to look like shit. Well, that's what half the days were shit and half the days were great.
Outside your comfort zone. Yeah. Right?
100%.
I mean, that's everyone's 100%. Like, oh, I'm so comfortable in my comfort zone. Like, shut the fuck up. You're a liar. Yeah, that means you're not outside your comfort zone. If you're comfortable,
you're a liar.
Yeah, you have to literally be there. Like, if you want to quit every day, I'd say that's probably a good sign, I would say.
No,
like,
100%, man.
It'd be a tough emotion to endure, but I think it'd be a good sign, especially if you keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started jiu-jitsu, that's all I thought about. I was like, I don't want to go back. Why the hell would I want to go back? You know? But you kind of know that there's value in this, and I'm sure you knew that with the short film. I know I'm supposed to be here, and I know if I keep going, maybe it'll be good. Yeah. And maybe one scene will be good.
I felt sick to my stomach going up into that. And I'm just like, I don't know half of this. And I was right to. I was never wrong. I was like, yeah, that's exactly stupid. Mm-hmm. You're asking, you're trying to do so much. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but at the same time, the psycho in me is going, good, man. You're going to learn a lot because you're going to get your ass whooped. And every night when you come home, you're going to be going, oh, I could have done that better. And then the next thing is, well, how? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Well, you better figure out how, motherfucker, because no one's going to save you. So if you don't, you're going to be releasing that thing on YouTube and not telling anybody, and but everyone knows you're shooting it already, so they're just gonna go, this guy's a fucking loser. He can't even fucking.
This is what he posted. Wow.
Yeah, this way. Yeah, wow. And this guy doesn't even have the respect to even try to show it to the public in any way, shape, or form. And you're in your home, like Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. But at the same time, it's like, man, we moved out to LA for a reason, not because we don't love Pittsburgh. I love my family, I love my friends. Honestly, I think Pittsburgh is everything to me. And leaving Pittsburgh to go out to LA was like gut wrenching. It was like literally cutting my heart out and just leaving it somewhere. And I loved it so much. That's what made it terrifying. It's like, why would I leave this awesome place to go to that fucking shithole? But it's like, well, I know why, because I want to be a better filmmaker, and I know I'm going to find better actors. I mean, I would have found you had I by accident ran into you, because you were doing the same thing, and we knew in some like hive mind like mentality thing where we're like, I'm not going to run into Bryan, I'm not going to run into Colton sitting here. And if we did in Pittsburgh, we happened to run into each other in some way, shape, or form, whether it was at jiu-jitsu, it would have been way too late. Like in terms of competition for resources to get a better movie made. And so we were like, well, we got to go where everyone's going, and it's either going to be New York, LA. Well, LA probably first, then New York, and then fucking like Toronto or wherever else.
I wasn't ready. I wouldn't have been if I would have met you back then.
Same here.
I wouldn't have been ready.
I wouldn't have been ready either. I think we would have grown faster knowing. And having, but like you're a resource. I'm a resource.
I am now.
Yeah.
Back then, I was more in like survival. Yeah. So like I would have seen you, and I would have been like a mirror. Yeah. I've been like,
yeah, for sure.
I would have been like a dog that sees his own image. Like, I want to fight. Like, I'm the movie maker, dude. Yeah, I'm the filmmaker in this area.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's always that little bit
anymore. But
yeah, no, that's true. There's always that little Actually, it's so funny. Did you ever run into any filmmakers that were like that, where they were like, it was just a dick measuring contest right off the bat? Yeah. Did you have any like mild altercations?
No, I never had an altercation because it was just all internal.
Give me a story. You got to throw me a story.
I can't have altercations, dude. I will fucking kill people. I'm fucking huge.
Yeah.
We were talking at Mossberg's the other day, and 3 people share like bully stories. Like, when I was in high school, I got bullied, and it comes to me, and I was like, that never happened to me. I mean, like, I didn't brag. I'm not bragging. No, I'm just like, that just didn't happen. Like, it just. That's not.
Well, people see you walk in a room, they're like, yeah, this guy's.
I'm just a puppy, you know. Like I like Pokemon cards.
Yeah, you couldn't be a nicer, cooler dude.
But like, I don't want to fight, so I never really got in altercations or anything like that. But I had plenty of. I remember this one guy. I don't even know his name, dude.
These people are the worst.
You know, like,
oh my god, these people are the worst.
You know, like, I hope you know this. You know, like Gary Oak and Pokemon. He's Ash's rival.
Vaguely. I was a big. I actually, when I was in
every time
elementary school,
Ash does something good.
Yep.
Gary
he's always shitting on him.
But Gary's better.
He's better. Yeah.
The whole time Gary's better. So it's like drives you insane. Yeah. Typical like real life rival. Like somehow your rival is always better.
Yeah.
I made a short film. I made 2 short films. Like,
how? Yeah, he's got some fucking executive looking at shit right now. Fuck.
That was this guy. And I was doing background acting at the time. So I'd go on these sets. I was like on Desperate Housewives or something. And there was this dude. And he was just like, I'm going to be such a famous actor. And I was like...
what are you gonna do? What can you say?
I'm going to be the famous actor.
That's brutal.
I mean, it ruined my day. I'd be like thinking about how stupid he was.
Yeah.
Which the lesson in that
did
was,
he actually come over directly and like fucking throw? Well,
we sat next to each other and we started talking, and he I liked him.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, a friend, you know.
Yeah.
But the more we talked, the more he would say things that I'm thinking about myself, but I'm so I'm so connected to that identity. I am so drawn into what that is going to give me, and then I want it so bad. I moved from Midwest Kansas to come to LA and become Brad Pitt. He can't be talking like that, you know. And so at the time we met each other, like I remember one time we were going to do a music video for a band here in Joplin called Last Chance Casanova.
Okay.
And we're sitting in this circle. It's me, my buddy Caleb, who is kind of like my co-filmer, and then the band. And we're like all throwing out creative ideas. None of them were anywhere near what I was thinking. But I didn't have the ability to communicate, like to one, to communicate my ideas, but two, to kind of push back on something is like, that's like, I can see where you're going, but I think that's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and the lead guy, I think we're still friends. I can't on Facebook, but the lead singer of the band's like, "Hey, you haven't said much. Do you have any things?"
And I was just like, sense that energy.
Oh, dude, I'm just like,
see going.
I was just fuming. And he's like, "You haven't really said anything." I'm like, "Oh, I'm just listening." Like, I wasn't. I didn't have the capacity.
Yeah. Like, so you were genuinely like pissed off, or you just like frustrated that you couldn't get your to combat him
altogether.
Yeah,
I mean, I was.
Yeah.
I and good God, give me grace. I was
young.
not as developed.
Yeah, you're young.
I've gone through a lot of development, but at the time, I wanted to be in control.
At least you're out there doing shit.
Well, I'd try. It's the cost of doing it or whatever. But it's like I wanted to be in control, and I was the director. Like, it wasn't that I was the director because I had a vision or anything. It's like I wanted to be the director because I'm the director. You know, I'm the alpha or whatever. That's what I was like aiming at, or that's what I was like grasping for.
Okay.
And so, which jujitsu's helped quite a bit with that. But so I don't even know where we're going with all.
Well, no, that's interesting. I do like that you bring that up too, because
it's just been a long journey of release. Like, let it go. Let it release.
Man. Well,
and then it comes back in the form of like being able to make things. Just because the best things that I ever made in high school or outside of high school, like when I was being creative, we were just having fun.
Yeah,
we were literally just having fun.
Yeah,
I wasn't like, this has to be the best shot ever. I was like, hey, go jump
dude, it was
off
all
that
comedies,
real quick.
man. Dude, in high
and
school,
they were great.
It was all comedies, dude.
I even made some dramas. I made a war movie.
Yeah, nice.
We had freaking 2x4s as guns, and I put sound effects.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude.
Well, I was glad I didn't like let it, the lack of prevent me from creating. Like,
we don't have a 2x4. Why even try?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We don't have real guns. Yeah. Like, okay, we'll grab the 2x4. And we're, we gave the
recoil.
Exactly.
We'll put a muzzle flash on.
It leads into this whole thing where I became a vampire, and I wanted to be cool because Blade was out and everything.
Yeah, that was a fucking badass dude. First Blade. I remember watching the second one in theaters too.
Exactly.
Fucking mind.
But try to recreate that.
Both
so
great.
I'm like dead. Yeah. I get shot and I resurrect off the ground. I'm trying to be cool as shit. And if I could find this, I'll send it to you. Because my dad's best my friend's dad is sitting next to me, and we filmed it at the high school track where I'm dead. He goes, "What did you do? Eat a bad hot dog?" And I'm like, "How could you insult me?" But it goes back to you with the Clayman, as far as like you want to be serious, and then trying to be serious is so difficult because it backfires into cringe and weird stuff so quickly. Yeah, but it's possible.
Yeah.
But it's so so delicate on how to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's why like I keep bringing up how corny that idea is, because I force myself to be corny actually, and it was like. Well, I can't remember what movie I was going to do or whatever fucking premise I had before that. But in large part, what I did was I was like, I got these couple ideas. And I do a little not like A/B testing, but I just kind of shopped them around to people that I knew had good taste in my social circle. Brittany, my business partner in LA, whatever, friends, Travis. And I would just like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And they're like, actually, I really like that. I was like, really? You like that one? I was thinking of something more pretentious and douchey. And they're like, no, that one's pretty cool. It's fun. It's not too serious. It's kind of lighthearted and fun. It's just fun. It's something I'd want to. I guess I'm making that. And that was my kind of way of like kind of going back to square one and getting more in touch with the. I won't say like the inner child in me, because I've always been kind of an immature dipshit. But it was more like I just wanted to kind of like relax.
It's more of a
force myself. I had to force it because I'm like, it's called the Clayman, dude. Yeah. Relax. What are you going to do?
You purify
Take it too seriously? Is it going to be a drama about a clay monster coming to life? Like, relax.
Which frees you up.
Yeah, which frees me up. And that's why, in my mind, it was kind of like because again, I had to force myself to do it in a way that, like, I remember in the past when I was like trying to lose a lot of weight, it was, I was like, man, one of the best things I did to force myself, no one loses weight easy. It's just one of these things where you know what you need to do. Stop eating sugar, cut down the calories, and no carbs, dummy. It's real fucking simple. It's really not hard. You're not going to outwork your diet, A. B, just fucking do what you need to do. You know, it's not a fucking hard puzzle to solve. You just
don't
want to do it. Yeah, you just don't want to do it. And with the Clayman thing, it was the same way. I was just like, I just need to cut the shit and just do something fun. And that's what it was. Everyone was like, yeah, we like the Clayman. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, it's kind of a fun movie. And every day I'd be like, I kind of want to make it more grounded, more real. And I'm just like, and I just thought, it's called like fucking Clayman, dude. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And that's what it took. Because I like I said, I was always trying to. I think a lot of filmmakers still fall in that category of trying to be too serious and pretentious. And it's like, yeah, you should start there because you need to know what drama is. You need to know what real emotions look like and all these things. And then from there, you just kind of need to. I mean, and don't get me wrong. If you want to do dramas, do dramas. I don't care. I've done enough of those where I'm like, yeah, I want to do something more challenging. I want to do something that's kind of like something where it involves a giant clay man kind of life and eating somebody. Actually,
what'd you say?
Yeah, funny enough too, man. Brittany, she watched the short film and she goes,
how long is it?
About 10 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, and because my thought process on that was, I wanted to do something condensed because I always thought the biggest mistake filmmakers make is that they try to do something that's like 30 minutes long. Yes. I know people that have done this too.
Yes.
And
I did an hour and a half.
Oh, dude.
Documentary.
Oh, dude. And that's cool. And
it should have been.
I respect that.
It should have been less. Should have been an hour.
Yeah, dude, that's what it is. You get to the point where you're like, I'm just sleeping, falling. You go, all right, cut 30 minutes, done.
Right. I'm like, well, wait, watch this beautiful slow motion shot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here's another one.
Here's another,
wait, drone shot.
Yeah, look how smooth and buttery this and that was, and in some sense, I would say I kind of failed in a way where originally when I set out, I was going to do like a 3-minute short. And I was like, I'm going to do short and sweet, really. And then but I just fell in love with filmmaking again because I was writing screenplays for so long. And actually, before I forget, because I almost forgot to mention this, but when you said you liked that he was a tall monster, Lucas is the reason why I brought up Lucas earlier was that he, his right hand man or his head of development at Anvil, ANVL is the name of his company, and when he saw the short, he was like, dude, first thing out of his mouth was exactly what you said. He goes, he lives in LA obviously, and he goes, one of the things I really liked is that you made that monster tall as fuck. And I go, I honestly, I didn't even think people would even give a shit. I mean, I give a shit because again, I can only do what I want to do and what I think is scary, whatever. And I try to gauge a little bit. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I do what only I want. But I'm constantly doing me first, and then what the audience is gonna perceive, and that kind of guides me a little bit. But he was like, oh, I love it tall because but it goes to at the heart of the beginning of the conversation where primitively. We're scared. Yeah, we're scared of a bigger, taller anything.
Because I'm watching the trailer, and then it pops up, and I literally will feel like
oh shit!
Yeah,
dude.
Oh shit!
Yeah, or it's the same thing with like insects, or like in the dark, or it's something in the dark. Like so, like even like long fingernails. I don't know why, but like something like long fingernails creeps me out. But it's because it reminds me of, at least in the way they move with fingers and long fingernails, reminds me of like a spider. Especially when you got two. I mean, it's essentially your fingers and your long fingernails remind me of two giant spider legs or sets of spiders
or antennas.
Yeah,
they feel.
And it gives you so you bake in these little things from a design perspective.
Primal, like you said.
Yeah, it's all about primal shit that across the board will get some kind of reaction from people. And obviously the height and the darkness. I mean, one of the reasons why I think people love, or not love, but rather, I mean, they do love, but also relate to horror in the way that you want to light things in the dark. Not light things in a shitty way. Well, I can't see it because you don't know how to light anything and you have no lights and you're a bum. But more so because I'm trying to light things in a dark way, but also in a cinematic way. We're going to understand 3-point lighting setups and shit. But also it's like, but the reason why, like now, I was taught that shit, or you see those things in like behind the scenes documentaries when you're a kid, right? But you can just go copy and paste it and just do it. But you really learn a lot when you really kind of look at it from a fundamental standpoint or a concept standpoint. You go, well, why is that though? Why darkness? Not just because some jackass told me to, but why darkness? And you realize, like everything else, it's more just fundamental. It's just, well, because as human beings, we don't want, especially a big fucking 8-foot tall anything in the dark coming at us. No. It's a primitive thing, man. Like we were built around talking about what we need to do better from the day's events around a campfire in the middle of the night, and if something big approached us that was 8 foot tall,
someone might be
entered the fire light. We were just you don't go, hey, what's going? We don't put
they didn't. Those people didn't pass their genetics on.
Yeah, dude, it was exactly
the people that ran.
Yeah,
like, oh,
you won a Darwin Award.
Yeah,
bye.
Yeah,
bye.
Darwin Award.
You've made a what is it? I think I can't remember if it's a type 1 or type 2 error that Michael Shermer pointed out. But if there's like a rustle in the bushes. There's 2 kinds of errors you can make. You could stick your fucking head in the bushes thinking it's nothing, or keep walking away not knowing it's nothing. But ultimately, you're going to basically realize, I was wrong, but at least I was wrong in the right way.
Oh, right.
Because it was nothing, but I walked away in the right way.
Right.
I was wrong, but at least I didn't win a Darwin Award and that I got eaten because it was a fucking tiger.
Yeah.
And but I at least in terms of storytelling, I always kind of go back to those things where it's like I want to know the whys of shit, and I think I don't know, maybe it is like story, because go back to your earlier question, like storytelling in a lot of ways, at least when you have to fucking document what you think you know about the world visually, and then you show it to everyone. I'm not like I was never like even marketing the short film. And people don't even fucking make money on short films. Even no one fucking markets a short. But A, I wanted to just get a reaction to kind of gauge where I'm at as a filmmaker, but B, I just want to do something fun.
Yeah.
But thirdly, you get real world experience. Like people are you're not discriminating against your audience. You're not going, hey, I'm going to select my friends and only my friends. It's going to be anyone and everyone. I want a real world sort of a sample to tell me what's working and what's not. Right. And we're going to find out. It could be the worst movie you've ever seen in worst short film you've ever seen in your life.
Doesn't matter.
And I challenge you to tell me that.
That doesn't matter because you did it.
Saturday, June 28th.
Saturday, June 28th. What you did was separate yourself from the giant pool of people who are like, I want to make a short film. Someday I'll make a short film. You literally took one step out of that, and it's like you're never in that pool again. Like you're never a white belt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
not
that's
a white
what it is,
belt
man. Just show
anymore.
up.
Yeah,
just fucking show up. And that's a corny fucking thing, but it really is true, dude. You just fucking got to show up.
It's powerful, I think.
Yeah,
man, that's so many people say it. I mean, across anything. I want to do this. I want to start a business. I want to start training jiu-jitsu. It's like, okay, well then do it.
Well, it's a simple, like, as from and I know you're a filmmaker too, but I gotta go back to the acting because I envy the acting side of it. I really do, because I don't relate to that.
That's why you should
terrifying.
do it. You should do it.
It's terrifying.
Just do it and do it.
Dude,
do it terribly,
dude. If you want me to
I will cast you.
I will act in anything you want me to be in. I will do it. I'm not gonna like it, but I will do it. Just to put my money where my mouth is, because I believe in that kind of bullshit.
But like,
it'll help me build confidence in whatever other ways I need it.
The thing is like we wouldn't like cast you as a 17-year-old girl. Yeah. Like that's going to be
that's
really
the only
hard.
thing I'd want to play.
That's really hard for you. But if it's like,
if there's no dress involved,
how about you're a skater punk?
Yeah.
How about you're a shy artist at a coffee shop? Like you could play those.
Yeah. I'd crush.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's like the baby steps. Yeah. Like, let's not go too far outside.
Yeah, you're not going to fucking go, all right, you're.
And then once you get a little confidence.
17th century, you're a fucking.
But once we get a little confidence build up and you're like, that was fun. I had a good time. Like, exactly. I pretty much was just playing Bryan. Like, hey, no problem. Now I kind of want you to play a 17th century warrior who's afraid of the battle, and he's going to run away. Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay, I can kind of call on some fear.
You're British. You're fucking.
I need an accent.
Yeah.
I mean, you start small. Yeah. Like I think again, like we're putting it so big. Yeah. Like I need you to get eaten by a shark. Yeah. And you're like, fuck that.
Now go.
Yeah, exactly. No wonder you're full of anxiety.
But a lot of actors can do that, and that's fucking awesome.
But they didn't start.
But they got the skills and the fucking.
Well, they didn't start there.
Yeah.
I guarantee the first acting job they got wasn't you're getting eaten by a shark, screamed to death. You know? There was probably some dialogue scene where their girlfriend's breaking up with them. Yeah. Okay, you're going to start from here and you're going to slowly get sadder and sadder. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
you're playing yourself. Just fucking do what you've done naturally. You just got to shed the bullshit and just fucking be more in touch. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying about you too. It's like you're so in touch with your emotions and shit that you're not having to break any of those walls. You're not trying to like, I got to shed my shit. You're just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I do that behind the scenes.
What, to go through that process?
To shed the stuff, yeah. Like the reason you think that I'm not shedding that is because I did that in the middle of the night.
You can't tell. But you put on that facade where someone meeting you for the first time, you don't get that sense where it's like thinking like a casting director that I've had to be for the last like fucking month or whatever. And I've not even really started casting. I've just had my eyes open, knowing I'm going to have to start doing open casting calls and shit to really find great actors for that age range, rather.
Right.
You don't strike me as that person at all, but that's the first deterrent that at least I'm getting a whiff. And don't get me wrong, I've been casting fucking shorts since I was fucking, I don't know, in high school, casting bullshit. And then even in LA, I'm out casting. I fucking put up casting calls all over the place in LA. But it's one of those things where one of the things you do get, I'm not a professional casting director, but one of the things I get knowing I need to cast good actors is if I see a shred of, I don't know if I want to do, done. You're dead. Yeah. But I've never gotten that from you because you're just kind of like, hey, anything all the time, bro. I got you. But that's like kryptonite to any actor, or at least a casting director, where they're just like, yeah, I can't. I'm going to feed this person to a director who's just going to fucking throw some crazy emotional scene at him, and they're going to go. Or let's say, actually, I've had an actress that was, and like I'm not like trying to talk shit, but just me as a director, and with my directing hat on, I'm like, I got this camera here. I got like 10 people on a set. I don't have a permit to be here. I'm in LA, so I see cop cars driving down a fucking main street, ready to just like that. They can say, "Get the fuck off this! It's not a set, dummy. It's a gas station. You're in broad day. Get the fuck out of here.
Right?
Where's your permit? You're getting fined. In fact, during a recession. Thanks. Nice try, stupid.
Right.
So with that kind of stress, and you're like, dude, we got to go. Like, this is the scene. We've rehearsed this more times I can count in a parking lot before this. Do the scene. We're going. And she, at one point, and she was actually a really good actress, but in her mind, she was like, I already did the best take I can do. I'm done. That was it. That was all I had. And I was like, well, that's not what I needed, though. Yeah. I need you to go one more because I'm looking for the certain kind of thing. Whether it was just like, and I'm not even saying she didn't do a good job in that take she did. She did do a good job, but at the same time, like, yeah, but I need other takes for multiple angles or whatever. Right. So it's one of those things where because she didn't challenge herself in other ways, and maybe she did, but it just didn't show. It was like, you didn't really even put yourself in the director's perspective to really know what I'm looking for. You just thought as yourself as an actor. And I don't get me wrong, I'm not an actor, but I've tried to think, if I'm an actor, what do I want to hear from a director, and what do I not want to hear?
Not that.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
not that.
Excuse me. I saved this emotion all day, and I did one take, and I'm done. Like
one take, huh?
Okay,
blew your load that. I
guess
early.
The movie's fucked because you feel uncomfortable. Right. And again, I'm not saying it's a hard fucking job. I can't do it.
Isn't this what you signed up for?
But I needed you to sign up for more takes. And maybe I hired another actress that was less talented. Right. But at least I got more takes and I got what I needed, at least in the edit, to where I actually could have, in fact, edited it better because I had more takes, more angles to hide a lesser performance, but I got the duration of time I needed to sell.
Talk about pretentiousness to think that you did the best that you could on the one take. You know how many times, like, I don't know what scene it was, but you know how many times where there's some sort of scene where two actors are some sort of conflict and their bodies are getting pushed or like they're screaming, like what are all the weird stuff that happens?
Continuity shit?
Oh, whoops! I stepped on this shot. I stepped on a rock and kind of slipped.
Yeah, there's a little,
and it looked better because it's like the happy accident stuff. Like we don't know. How about we just do one that's completely off script? You guys forget all the dialogue and just talk. Just yell at each other and talk and push. Yeah. But keep it, keep the theme. But let's just go and action. Like, how could you? I gave you my best. Like, the fuck you did.
Yeah, and I want you to keep giving me more of that.
Exactly.
As a director, why would I not want more of that?
Right.
For more takes, and maybe I'm being selfish, and maybe I was being kind of an amateur director, but I was like,
I don't think so.
But what you did was so good, but I had pre-planned more takes for other reasons from a cinematography
from a filmmaking perspective.
But you might give me something new and interesting in the other one. I go, fuck, that's
why don't you try some new stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not your best, which is, again, hilarious.
At least that's what she thinks, because she doesn't know what reads and what doesn't on the camera. It's like, I'm seeing on the camera what I need and I don't.
Well, yeah, when you do like voice acting, you're like, okay, let's do one where you scream. Yeah. Okay, let's do one where you're really aggressive. Yeah. Let's do one where you're sad. Let's do one where, hey, you just got a phone call and your dog got hit by a car. Yep. Those are all different. 90% probably don't come through, but it's like you're warming up your muscles or something. It's like you're getting your creative energies like more fluid. Yeah. And then when that one take comes,
Yeah. Well, and I'm not arrogant enough as a storyteller, filmmaker, director, cinematographer, whatever, to even know what I'm asking is really what I need, but I'm open to knowing and learning more that, oh, fuck, I didn't realize that's where the character needs to go, or I thought when I wrote it, it's this. And like, even like when I do like video auditions with actors and actresses and stuff, I send them out and I go, the first thing out of my fucking mouth on an email or whatever, I'm like, do not take the dialogue I wrote as gospel. It is not that's inspiration for you. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a structure to the scene. If at the beginning of the scene you found out, or let's say at the beginning of the scene you weren't pregnant, by the end you found out you were pregnant, that's a structure. So right. I need it to start and end there. But you can play that any way you want. You can rewrite the dialogue and say it any way you want. You could alter a beat or whatever, any way, shape, or form you want. That's actually exciting to me. In fact, if you did the opposite, where you just like, I said it every line, every word, and every pause the way you wrote it, I would be disappointed, actually.
Really? See, I would start there. I'd be like, read it exactly how I wrote it.
That's interesting.
And then just to see, like, what's it sound like?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd be curious to know what my bullshit would sound like.
But over time, I would
go, I'm probably not on the
and eventually the last one, like, just fucking go crazy.
Yeah, because I think I would not, I'm not, and that in large part, that's why I wanted to do another take. I'm like, I'm not arrogant enough to know that was really the best. Not to say that that's not your best, because I do think you were giving me 100% of your energy and your give a fuck. But you and I both know in this moment we don't fucking know what our best is. Maybe the next take is maybe the third, fourth, fifth. I'm not saying I'm not David Fincher. I'm not gonna do 100 takes and be like, we're gonna fucking. I think David Fincher's a pretentious dickhead too, by the way. I think he fucked up Alien 3 and he just doesn't want to admit it. He blames it on the studio, but that's what it is, whatever. But that's a kind of thing. That's the thing where it's like, oh, the studio, or you're not good at fucking making big blockbusters.
Well, you don't always hit a
You're
home
good at
run.
Drama, and that's about it.
Sometimes you strike out. I mean,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, maybe you just need to stay.
Even the best
doing
of
thrillers.
David Fincher, good God.
Yeah, and he's got his fucking bread and butter. He's good at like surgical, cold camera moves and like detective thrillers and procedural drama and
probably one of my favorite
crime
filmmakers
dramas
of all time.
Yeah, no, yeah,
for sure.
In that genre,
the camera
no
movement,
one's better than David Fincher in those genres.
The video essays that I've watched on his films, like the amount of information that is in the frame.
Yeah,
they're not just completely, just set the camera here. It's like, I mean, I watched one over Seven, where it's Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, and like the way that they break it down, where Morgan Freeman's standing up, Brad Pitt's sitting down, and then like each shot,
the relationship of dominance.
Yes. Have you seen that one?
Not that one, but I know where they're going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're just that smart.
See,
I didn't have that language. I didn't have that language of filmmaking until video essays. That's why I fell in love with them. Like,
I do watch those, but
Lessons from the Screenplay. That's a really good one.
I've seen a couple of those. Yeah.
So that's like my film school. Like, I didn't go to film school.
Well, dude, no, that's the thing. No one has, man. It's like you're just. That's what I was saying. Like, if you and I crossed paths at some point in the past, we would have been fucking. We would have gotten to most of these conclusions 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We would have saved more time, and we would have been better and had more fun as a result.
Fuck it, we're here now, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Better than ever.
Yeah, that's why it kills me to know that we had to go out to LA because we had no other choice, but because that's just where opportunities were. But because we know, what are we gonna 10 years ago? Were we gonna fucking do anything in the filmmaking community in Pittsburgh? No, I didn't know anybody, dude.
Right.
I was at there was actually you will probably relate to this more than anything. There was a guy, his name's Devin, and he just started rolling. I was telling you about that in the parking lot, actually. Cool as fuck, nice dude, strong as fuck, big guy, really picking up things pretty fast.
Sounds scary.
He's great. He's a great guy. But he's a filmmaker, and he was telling me he does a lot of TikTok videos and stuff. And I checked him out. He sent me 4 little TikTok videos, and they were actually really inspirational. And I think he shot them all on his phone, if I'm not mistaken. And he was like acting in them, and he just kind of planned his phone out and went out and did him acting and stuff. Very like vibey, moody, dark stuff. And it kind of reminded me of like old like Modest Mouse music videos. It's kind of very gritty, kind of raw, vibey shit. And one of the things that I liked about him was that he was just kind of going out and doing it. He wasn't waiting around for an actor. But I was like, man, that reminds me of me when I was fucking. And I don't think I actually said that in that way, but when I was I'm talking fucking shit. When was this? This might have been middle school even. It was just me and a fucking video camera. I'm like, I got no actors, no friend. Now, I had a couple friends. My friend Luke Prestol, he was one of these guys that I'm literally not even fucking. My dad was like a police officer at the time. I think he might have been even sergeant actually. And he'd work night shifts, and I just had my video camera. But like when the fog would happen, and Pittsburgh's big enough to where it's a cool looking small town. It's not so small that it doesn't have production value in that way, right?
Right.
But like fog would settle sometimes, like on Broadway, and it was just moody as fuck. It looked like we're shooting like Silent Hill or something. It was fucking creepy.
Right.
But I would be up like playing like Left 4 Dead or like at the time, no, it wasn't Left 4 Dead. It was like Half-Life 2 or Counter-Strike Source or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, it's so moody. I don't got my camera charged, my battery. That's charged.
Let's go.
It's just me, and I can't shoot myself. I didn't even have a tripod. I was a broke piece of shit. But I called and I was good. I was like, if that's what it takes just to get something, I was gonna do it. But I would, I think I texted my friend Luke Prestol, and I was like, hey, you doing something? You want to act? And he was like no, basically. Like, what are you talking about? It's 3 in the fucking morning. Right. And I was like, dude, it's so fucking foggy and cool. Like Broadway's empty, and you could see down to the horizon. There's dude. That's like it's like 28 days later. Shit. Yeah. Let's go do. And he's like, what are you talking? Just fucking meet me now before the fog goes away. All right, whatever. And he was down to do it. Right. And he showed up and I had my camera. It's like a little like high 8 fucking tapes. I think at the time.
Oh wow.
It was fucking. It was a shit camera.
Yeah.
But we're there literally middle of 4th and Broadway in Pittsburgh. We're actually right by Brick and Mortar, ironically enough. Saturday, June 28th. We're shooting it. My dad drove by in his cop car. He goes, Bryan, what the fuck are you doing? It's 3 in the fucking morning.
Dad,
what
do you want to act?
Yeah. And I was like, production value.
A police
just
car.
Like Super 8, dude. I was just like, that's productive. I was just like, I was so happy to just be out shooting anything at all. Yep. And it was always, you con your friends into fucking getting in front of the camera and stuff. But Devin's stuff was a lot like that. It reminded me of like, oh yeah, I would do this all the time.
Yes.
And I did multiple of those. Just me and a fucking camera. And I'm not even fucking with you. More often than not, it was just me shooting objects with a camera on Broadway or somewhere down by the McDonald's on the south side of town. It was just the most raw, stupid, boring shit. And they weren't films. There weren't anything. It was just vibey TikTok videos. Mm-hmm. And now there's a place to fucking put it out there. You don't have to worry about the algorithm feeding your shit. You just put it out there and it just, all right, cool. Let's save this, whatever. And that, but back then, I remember I'd just show those friends and be like, this is trash. What do you do? There's no audience. It was it was the only audience you needed to show and hear that you're trash and this is not good. But at least it was you just making something. And in the back of my mind, I was like, well, at least I'm just doing something at all. Because it would kill me to just sit here and pretend like I can't. Yeah. That was going to kill me. Yeah. And Devin's stuff was really inspirational. And I mean, even like Tim, man, like I was talking to Tim and I was like, dude, you want to act? You got the right look. And he's a lot like you in the way that he's just open to fucking anything all the time, always willing to learn, just like jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. And that mentality of like, dude, oh, you doing a movie? Dude, that sounds fun as fuck. Let's go. What do you need me to do? It is
fun.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, dude, it's a blast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's do it. And he's like, oh yeah, absolutely. What do you need me to do? And fucking literally within a week after like me more or less saying, I think you could do this. Mm-hmm. I just need to see if there's potential. You don't have to fucking be a world class. I just need to know that you're willing to show up and give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And he came over to my house and we did like a scene and I was like, dude, you fucking crushed it.
That's awesome.
And it was just, but that kind of mentality is so inspirational, man. And that's what really inspires me, man. It's just like people that don't, I'm not saying you have to like, I'm just as scared as anyone else. And I'm like, but that's not going to get in the way of me like surviving. And I have to do something to survive. If I don't, I just fucking sit here and get depressed. And I can't do that. I cannot do. I tried killing my LA dreams. I tried. Cause I didn't, I went out there, got my ass handed to me, came back. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't going like, oh my God, my world is shattered. How could I not see that? No, I knew it was all coming. But to sit back and pretend like I couldn't have at least tried, that was going to depress me and ultimately kill me in that way. And not to be like dramatic, but I mean literally that's just what it was. There's no other option on the table, man. And that's why I'm at least here now, where it's like at least put something together where I feel like it's professional enough. It's worthy of asking people to fucking buy tickets and do something that's of value to people, because that's really what I'm after. It's like I'm not even trying to do it in a way where I'm like, oh, look at me, I made a film woe is me. I just want people to fucking be entertained by the shit I made because I at least achieved some level of quality that makes me think I can keep doing it and not waste my fucking time and Brittany's time. That's what actually haunts
tough.
me. That haunts me more
than
my own ego. It's like, if Brittany believed in me this whole time and then I amounted to nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be worse.
That's some suicide.
That's hard.
Suicidal.
That's hard, dude.
Yeah.
Like, one of the and I will say this too. I'm not even gonna say I don't have a big ego in that way. I do. I think when it's healthy enough, in that this whole time, man, like, even like learning to write screenplays, I was just so in my head trying to get the structure, and I would literally layer. I'd get on like Adobe Premiere. I would layer the most commercial, the most artistic, the most obscure films in all three categories, and I'd layer them all together, and I'd make sure they're the same length, whether it's an hour and 30 or 2 hour minutes. I'd condense them into one chunk and just block them up. And I would look at every fourth, halfway, 3/4, and at the end. And I would look at the structure of all those movies. And I would literally I would not discriminate. I would go for an artsy movie, a commercial, like the most commercially successful horror movie of all time. Or maybe not in terms of profit, but the most gross profit, not net profit as much. I think like net profit might be fucking Paranormal Activity. But I would really look at the numbers of things too. In terms of profit, and 15 grand, 30 grand, and they made like fucking,
I thought it was Blair Witch.
I think Blair was one of the first, but I think Paranormal might have overtaken. Wow. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But even then, I looked at that movie too, and I'd layer them all together, and I would say whether it's found footage or a big $300 million horror movie like It or whatever, and or it might have been $100 million. But I'd look at the structure of all that, and I really look at the science of it, and I'd say, well, okay, what are other writers not doing? And I literally came up with a new screenplay structure I call the modern myth, not the monomyth, which is basically just shit I took and stole and adapted. And, okay, they know enough about structure to know I need to at least start here. It's the same way, like, you look at Gordon Ryan or, like, Mika Gabal or fucking, I don't know, even like Craig Jones, and you look at all the things, they're doing something here that is a science. They do variations of these, but there is a core here. And you look at that and you go, that I can't change. Now, maybe I will think about it. I will try to change, don't get me wrong. But I know the probability of rewriting the fucking rule book or rewriting the concept of how to make fire is probably not going to change. But what can I do with knowing I can make fire in terms of that? Those physical things have to be done to do anything of consequence. And I would look at that, and that's what kind of got me to learning structure and screenplays, and that's what gave me the confidence to even do anything at all. Like, if I didn't know that much, man, I was like, dude, I'm lost in the fucking woods. I can shoot whatever, I can light whatever, and until I mastered that over, and I spent 7 fucking years, 5 to 7 years writing a screenplay, and I wish it took me 2 to 3 because I felt like that was a lot of time, and it was. But I'm a storyteller. I'm like, if I want to write and tell stories, if that's what makes me happy, then I should be really fucking good at that. And if I'm not, then what business? It's like being a business owner, like not knowing how to like create a product or knowing the fundamentals of a need of why people buy products. It's like, well, yeah, you should probably know that before you hire a bunch of employees and create a logo and all this other stupid shit. But yeah, one of the things I did with that was like, okay, now that I know how to write a screenplay, I can go actually fucking create a cast and create a budget. I can fucking market it. I do all the things that make it worth people's time, because I'm not trying to waste people's time. Can you imagine putting on like a one-man show and then not knowing anything about acting? It's like day 1 acting class, and like you've never even fucking, you don't even know what like Juilliard is. You're just kind of like, oh, I just had a passion for acting, but I've never really understood. I don't even know what method acting is. You don't know any of the fundamental shit. But I think a lot of filmmakers, they just go, I just want to make it look pretty. I like cinematography, and it's like, yeah, but shooting what though? Don't you want to learn what a story is in its essence? And I feel like a lot of people, they push out. I did the first 10 years of my life, man. That's all I did. Just later. I'll find a good writer. I'll find a good premise later. Meanwhile, I'm like shooting stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing? And you get to the point where you show people like they're bored, and they're like, oh, what am I doing, dude? You got a light in front of their face. You know what a key light, whatever, dude. But
it's like empty productivity.
That's what it is. And
I did a lot today. Yeah, I didn't do shit.
That's the identity thing, and I think in a lot of ways, I'm a director. I'm just the director.
I see. Yeah,
that's
not my job.
Yeah, that's what it was, man. And like when I was a young fucking dipshit, that's all I did. I was in my identity in that way, and I was like, I'm a director. I can find a writer. And the fact that everything's imploding and things are changing, man, it's like, dude, you are an entrepreneur is what you are.
Yeah.
You are a writer, you're a director, you're a cinematographer. Like, what was the last gig that you probably did? You were all of those. You wrote it.
Almost
you
every time,
directed it,
dude.
you shot it. You probably even fucking told
more
someone,
times than not.
Yeah.
More times than not. You're playing every single role.
You edited it. You fucking scored it. You fucking did the full. Like, dude, when I did the Foley design on the Clayman, I fell in love with the Foley design.
Nice.
I was doing it like just even creaking woods.
Yeah.
Like whenever when I picked a location I did, and it was my brother's house, I knew I was going to love the sounds because of the wood floor. I was like, oh, this wood creaks are going to sound so fucking good. But it's like, but that's what makes me happy. It's like sitting there editing and going, oh, every step the lead character took.
You're right.
I was like, oh, that sounds so good. It's perfectly placed.
Right.
It's such a dorky thing to do.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Loved it.
That's part of the process.
Loved it, man.
That's what, when I'm in production and I freak out, like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be good or not. I always, like, my escape button is, we can do so much in post.
Yeah.
We can do not fix it in post type of mentality, but like,
that's a good distinction. Yeah.
Everything I'm getting is just raw. It's just raw.
Yeah.
But wait till I get in that computer and I go, if I change this and move it here and add this and that and structure this and that,
dude, the high you get
can do so much.
It's crazy.
It just gives me confidence. Like, keep going, get as much as you can, get as good stuff to work with in post, because
make sure life easier.
Dude, it just gives me strength. Like, dude, don't worry. There's so much we can do.
Yep.
We can make this amazing.
Yeah.
It has no music. It has no sound effects. It has no filters on it. You know, it has. Wait till it does. Then you'll be able to see that vision.
Same feeling is great. Well, and a lot of people too, man. It's like with the AI stuff too. It's just like another tool. It's another thing where it's like, wait till I get some AI to sweeten.
Right.
Or maybe I fucked up a shot where, like Brittany and I, when we shoot weddings, for example, like one of the things I started doing, and I told her this other, like, we had a conversation. We were like at the mall deli or whatever. Like, literally might have been a year and a half ago, and we were sitting there going, like, every wedding video, do you realize is going to have AI? It's all going to be AI. Not to say it's going to be completely replaced, but make no mistake, a good third of these wedding videos are going to be fucking AI. If not, maybe half, maybe even 3/4. But you need to go shoot the live action content, because what are you going to tell the AI? Go make Candy and Jared's wedding video for me, AI.
Rustic,
who the
but
fuck
elegant.
is Candy and Jared?
Right. Here's 50 photos.
That's the problem with AI. You still need to go shoot who these fucking people are. Give them the live action footage. Give them the raw data. And you still have to be an artist. You still got to go out and fucking, I got to feed them a certain image with certain lighting conditions, certain temperature of color grade, whatever, the white balance, whatever. And you got to do all these. So in other words, you still got to do everything a filmmaker has to do, but you can rely on a tool to save your ass more so, which just makes you more creative. That's all it does. And I was telling her, I was like, yeah, you're going to be able to fucking use AI. And she's like, well, no one's doing it now. And I was like, well, yeah, because they're just scared because there's all this fucking noise where people don't. But if you just look at the history of cinema, it's the same shit all over again with CGI and practical effects. But nonetheless, like with our wedding videos, well, one of the things we did, but we were doing AI before AI was a thing, and not to say we were using AI, but it was like if we, and you know this, I know you fucking know this, you're shooting a wedding and you're running and gunning someone, whether it's your fault or the bride or the wedding planner, whoever. Weddings are always an hour and a half behind, almost always at least. But nonetheless, let's say something gets pushed back, or they go, oh, we got to do this. And you go, oh, I don't have time to get the shot I fucking need in terms of my storyboards to make them happy. So fuck, what am I gonna do? The event is live, it's going. It's whether you like it or not as a cinematographer, videographer, whatever, you just get what you get, and you got to run and gun. That's why we like mirrorless cameras, because we don't have to set up lights, because by the time we set up a light, they're already on to the next thing, and we've completely fucked ourselves.
Who the fuck sets up lights at a wedding?
Exactly. Dude, exactly.
The photographer, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's
the flash.
Exactly. And that's why, dude, and I'll say this too, man. People that shoot video over photography, dude, video is much harder than fucking flash, because I can correct an image, and I've done both, trust me. And I do both on the movie, like whether I'm shooting a movie or whatever. Editing a photo is much easier than fucking animating a photo. Literally, it's almost impossible. Now with AI, it's kind of now become a thing, and it will be if not. But I have to say that because that just pisses me off about photography. They always have this argument. I'll tell you right now, and you know, you shot video, dude. I can edit a photo like that with a video. Can you edit a video? Kind of no.
Maybe.
Yeah, and by the time it takes you to do it, you're already one. Yeah, it ain't gonna fucking happen, dude. So, but anyway, I'm a fucking asshole. I had to say it. But with like Brittany, when we shoot weddings and stuff, I'm like, okay, we fucked up or we missed, or let's say maybe it's not focus, or the officiant or whatever won't let us get close to get a good first kiss shot, right? I'm telling Brittany, like, well, we don't have to fucking be there. We can just recreate it. I mean, that's what AI is doing now. Where now it's like we already have enough reference footage. If I can just get close enough, I can upscale that. And I'm not saying the upscale technology is there yet, but 2 or 3 years it will be. Then you can just upscale a shot, essentially create 100 millimeter, and get exactly what you want. But the AI is going to produce like that's where AI is going to thrive, and it's already starting to enter the market. They're not doing shit like that, but Brittany and I will literally go. And it's only because I want to shoot narrative film when I'm shooting weddings.
Of course.
So I find excuses to like, oh, we're going to fucking make this look fucking, I'm going to put a light back here.
Right.
So I'm like, we're going to recreate the first kiss shot. But I mean, sometimes it does work out. You literally just can't do it. Right. Or we're just too far back. I'm like, I'm on a 50 mil. Mm-hmm. I'm like 100 feet away. This shot was like shit, dude. This is supposed to be this is the most intimate moment in the wedding. And I can't even get a close up of them. It's just like to me, it's a crime. So what we would do once they do like the family photos after all that shit and everyone's clear, I just get a 100 mil, get nice and close, do a first kiss shot like that, and I just edit it in like that. I've been doing that for like fucking 5 years.
Secret's out.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm gonna copy this shit.
Right.
But it's the best way. But that's all AI is gonna do. It's just gonna make us. It's give us just more access to do shit like that, as opposed to having to go, hey, can you do a first kiss shot, or can I get a close up of you guys putting the rings on, and we're gonna edit this in as if I got a close up because your officiant sucks.
Right. Or you go to the photographer and say, hey, you got that shot of the 2 rings? Can I get that?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you animate this? Okay, great.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
add that to my video.
Exactly. Yeah, the worst case scenario in the past, you would just go, if I get a shot of that, I'll just do I'll do a zoom thing.
A parallax. But hey, I
get a kind of a parallax effect where I kind of get a little 2D.
Ken Burns in there.
And it works, man.
It works. People love it.
It works.
It feels cool.
Yeah. It feels cool. It feels cool. And luckily, like a lot of brides, they just want their stuff documented. But
June 28th.
Yeah.
Brick
but
and
the
mortar.
Clayman's better than people getting married. For sure.
Way better. Way scarier, which is crazy.
But it's scarier than getting
June
married,
28th.
for sure.
Brick and mortar. Is it at Brick and Mortar?
Yep.
It's at Brick and Mortar.
Yeah, at Brick and Mortar. Yep.
That's going to be fun.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on again.
Yes, sir.
This went a lot better than the first time.
Oh, my Lord. Yes. Yeah, so I forgot.
I had a blast.
I had a blast, too.
I had a blast.
I'm hilarious. We didn't even bring it up at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Brian's been on the podcast before. It's just, I put it in the folder that says, I think I titled it Lost Episodes or something, like episodes that will never be, because it exists.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to wait till AI comes out.
Yeah. Oh, see, there you go.
I wonder if I could do that.
Do you have any shot of me at all that worked?
Yeah, it went for 15 seconds or so.
Okay, so that's all you need.
Cut.
Yeah, so that's the scary part. That's all you need, man.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not even. Really weird. No bullshit.
Like in 2 years, I'll just upload the video of us talking about the election.
Check out this shit he said after the election.
Yeah. If you want to hear what 2 idiot drunk guys had to say about this election.
Yeah. Dude, well, I gotta say, man, I love your podcast, and
thank you.
I feel honored being invited on, and
you're welcome on anytime.
Seriously, man.
I have a blast talking to you. Going up to Kansas City is always a good time.
Yeah,
same here. Any fight when we ride
fights
together.
are always fun, but yeah, shooting with you is always fucking awesome, and you're a constant professional, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Proud of you. Looking forward to June 28th. Your inspiration. Hey, I'm ready to work together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm ready.
Yeah, the feature film.
We didn't bump into each other 10 years ago. We bumped into each other now.
Yep. It's all about timing, man.
That's right.
Absolutely. The feature film.
Time.
Feature film.
We don't need LA. Fuck them.
I'll announce the name of the feature film. I think you know it, right?
No.
Okay. So
you were talking about it.
Yeah. So I guess
what is it?
I'll tell you after the podcast.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, because I gotta have something. I gotta have something new to tell people. Otherwise,
they'll have to listen to the very end.
Yeah.
Like if you can tell.
Okay.
You can tell who listened because they gotta go 3 hours and 17 minutes.
You're right. Damn, it's been fucking 3. Okay. So in that case, I will say.
Go ahead.
Jesus. Okay, it's called The Witch.
Ooh, Brian's next feature. Well, actually, first feature.
Our feature. We'll be shooting.
Oh, our feature.
You'll be
our
taking
feature.
Part. That's right.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
On the Sci-Fi and Friends podcast.
That's right.
The feature.
First time publicly announced. That's right.
The Witch.
The Witch.
Try that again. The Witch. The witch.
There you go. And he's playing the witch.
Oh, that's
good. That's very good.
No, that's Joker. That's like
dude, that's close enough.
Joaquin Phoenix Joker type.
Yeah,
that's where you got to start there.
Yeah, honestly, I mean that performance.
We'll take a little bit of that. And we'll just
I would say that performance rivals Heath Ledger's.
Oh, bro, I loved that Joker. Okay,
yeah,
June 28th.
All right,
get your tickets. I'll put it in the link. Where else could they go to get tickets?
You can go to my Facebook page or Instagram. Just Bryan Lewandowski for Instagram.
And when's it start? When's like the event times?
It'll be 7:30 on Saturday night.
And you got trailers before?
Yeah, there's a teaser trailer on the Facebook page. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm at the event.
Yeah. Running at the event. Yeah.
No, you like movies play trailers before.
No, I know what you. No, I'm running it.
Okay.
No. Just the
anyway, 7:30. So is that like showtime?
Release more footage.
Yeah, I need to see more. I need to see more. I need to see the bloopers.
Yeah. Shane was actually, when he was wearing the mask, he was at the last shot of the movie, and he's got his fingers, and he's standing up on 3 couch cushions to make him tall, and he's literally about to piss his pants. He's got 10 nails glued onto his hands. And
someone's going to zip me.
Yeah, he literally couldn't. He's like, I'm going to piss my pants. And I just, we got to keep getting the take, Shane.
Shut up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I can feel the tension.
When we're done filming, you can pee.
Again.
Yep.
I didn't say cut. I love those kind of stories. But anyway, June 28th, 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets on Facebook, or I'll put them in the link below. And get ready for a good time.
Yep.
I'm excited, dude.
Appreciate
the future.
You.
Good things are going to happen. Good things are coming. And come train jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for listening to Sci-Fi and Friends podcast. It's 91. Episode 91. Getting closer to 100. I'm thinking about maybe renting a studio and doing like a 6-hour thing where people come in. Like,
that'd be sick.
Just like rotate every 30 minutes. Just have people come in.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, we'll see.
That'd be pretty dope.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Fucking epic.
Yeah. 100. Got to celebrate it. Got to celebrate those little wins.
Yep.
All right. I love you all. Thanks for listening. See you June 28th. Peace.
Sci-Fi wins.